You can do it.
You can, but I'm sorry, I know I keep cutting you, but I'm just like, because this is the part that gets really frustrating for me. Like men with this mindset that you have, like I get it. Okay, great. You are alpha. You've achieved all these things. It's not about alpha. No, but I'm saying like you possess all these. It's great, but you are the problem. You're creating this pressure on men and society. Like it's so.
No. He's not creating the pressure, bro. Society creates the pressure. The world creates this pressure. And at the end of the day, when you're born and you have to breathe, you have to survive. 2, 1, and we're live. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me on another episode of Jesus Talks. All right, your host, George Mora. And today I'm accompanied by my guest, my co-host, my cousin, my brother, Christian Prosecco, Bobby. This is awesome, bro. You have to admit, this fucking setup is coming from TV, yeah. All right. But today we're going to be reacting and reviewing one of Andrew Tate's interviews, one of his videos that's been popping off, going viral on the social media platforms. As a matter of fact, I want to show you the video that I saw on TikTok and made me really want to watch this fucking interview. Because it's fucking controversial, bro. And, you know, Andrew Tate, the master of controversy. But also, we could learn a lot from it. So, who knows, bro? Who knows? Let's
Febreze works differently. Plus, it eliminates odors with a water-based formula and no dyes.
Right, sorry, we got interrupted by fucking advertising. All right.
There is not a female on the planet who's invisible today. You can be a 4, overweight, fat. You'll still go to the club and get attention. 99% of the men go to the club and nobody even talks to them. If they try and talk to a girl, they get blanked and ignored and told to fuck off. Most men are absolutely and utterly invisible. This is the truth about masculinity, right? It's very easy for women to sit here and complain about the top 2% of men. Most men don't even exist. They send 10,000 DMs and never even get read, let alone replied to. So if you just sit here and say, I'll get a G, a big G, a boss, a millionaire, and let him have a day off, very nice of you. I'm sure you would. But if a guy who wanted to have days off all the time, he never would have got important enough in the first place to attract a woman like you. And that is the reality. As a man, it's player versus player. It's ultimately competitive. And as a man, you have to outcompete the other men who are prepared to get up and do it anyway. That's how it works. There's no such thing as saying, I'm sad, I need 2 weeks off. Not as a man if you want to be important. Maybe as a chick, you can always put more foundation on and be hot again. Great. Not as a man. If you want to be important as a man, you have shit to do. You have duties. This is how it exists. This is how it's always been.
Yo, bro, dude, he just took over the whole interview.
He's not lying. It's like, where's the lie?
Right? Right, bro? I've seen this guy more than my own fucking dad, bro. Another commentate W, bro.
Yeah.
Pull it. All right. Great. All right. So, yeah. So, basically, that's a video that I saw yesterday, and they premiered this YouTube interview, so that we're going to watch right now. We're going to react to it. Because, yo, I want to see what he says, bro. You know, why not? Why not learn from it?
Damn, bro, the camera.
So tell me a bit about you, Andrew.
I'm not comfortable opening up too much.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because, you know, you might work for John Law and the government.
No.
I have to be careful what I say.
Then Chevron in the night, like, jeez.
Will I have better luck this season? What would you do if my ex was after you?
He can have you.
Let's find out. This is grilling.
I'm Andrew Tate III. I'm here because, I was invited. Is that a good answer? That's fine. Yeah, I was invited. So I thought I'd come along. Why not? There's already love in the universe. I've already found love. I found love with reality, my friend. I'm already in love. I'm in love with waking up every day. You know, there's people who are trying to stop me breathing and they've yet to succeed. I'm already in love. Life's great.
So
I used to think that it was the man, and I was actually accurate, thinking that it was the man who was selling himself to the woman. But once you reach a certain level of achievement as a man, it's the woman who's trying to sell herself to you. I've handled a bunch of difficult situations in my life. I'm not intimidated. Let's leave it at that. We'll see how it goes. I would say I'm pretty confident, yeah, overall. Yeah.
You know what I like? How he kind of switches the mentality from it's like, you know, you're so nervous on the first date, right? To like go talk to the girl. But instead now you're like kind of switching it over and it's just like she needs to be nervous to be on the date with you.
Yeah.
And make her feel uncomfortable. So it's like, that's kind of like what he's doing. I like that like mentality when you go dating. So it's my favorite thing to do.
I think confidence is born from adversity, right? Everything that doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Can Cheyenne ask you whatever she likes?
Anything she likes. Find the most difficult question on the planet. Tell her to throw her question card away. Write a new one. I'm ready.
Her name is China?
Sheehan.
Sheehan? Oh, Sheehan.
Better be good. I better struggle, which is obviously impossible. So she should at least try to make me struggle. I spent my life fighting in the cage. I'm not scared of her. I think relationships are a beautiful thing. I think that the synergy between men and women are a beautiful thing if they are correctly collaborated. I think that that's what makes society function. I think that's what makes the world function. I think that men and women falling in love and having children and having families are very, very beautiful things as long as it's done correctly, as long as the woman obeys like she's supposed to. And I think the world can be a beautiful place as long as gender roles are not misconstrued and misunderstood. So if Sean doesn't understand that, I'll correct her quickly and we'll fix the world and we can move on.
My boy.
We're gonna spit Riz, bro. We're gonna spit some W Riz right now.
I hope you showed up late. Made her wait.
Very nice to meet you.
Hello.
Hi.
You look really nice.
Thank you. Let's do two kisses. 1, 2.
Ah, very nice to meet you. What's your
Very
name?
nice to meet you. Andrew Tate. What's your name?
Andrew. Nice to meet you. Cheyenne. Or Cheyenne Reynolds, if you're doing this house.
Cheyenne Reynolds. We're gonna do official.
Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Cheers.
Cheyenne Reynolds. Oh shit.
I think she's an attractive woman. She's good looking. Friendly demeanor. I can tell she thinks she knows things, so I look forward to correcting her. But that's usually how life works.
Finally, see?
Oh,
a
boy.
man that makes an effort.
My only thing is he's going in with the mentality of trying to change her mind, which is, I mean, it's good for content. It's not good for actually in a good date, bro. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Don't do that.
I'm gonna try this with Lori.
He's gonna try that with his own girl, bro. Switch the roles.
Thank you.
Yeah? Okay, where are you from?
I'm American, but I lived in England for a long time. I lived in a very prestigious part of the UK. I don't know if you've ever heard of Luton.
Very
Prestigious.
Yeah.
Yeah, number 1.
Luton. Okay. Was not expecting that.
So I was in Luton for a while, and now I live in Europe. So I'm just.
Wow. Okay, because your accent, it's like really different, isn't it?
It's pretty mixed up. I'm like a street dog, my dear. I've been here, I've been there. Half American, half English, half Luton, half everything else.
A bit of a mix.
Bit of a mix.
That's cool. So how did you get here today?
I flew in this morning.
Flew in. It's different. Something different.
Yeah. Jump on the jet.
You flew in on a jet. Who is this guy?
What about you?
Did you know who he is?
Oh, wait, so she don't know who he is? Or you think she capping?
I don't know, bro. I think she's capping.
I think she's capping, bro. There's no way, bro. If you got TikTok, she had to have seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my family, we're Caribbean and English.
So the Caribbean side's the crazy side, or the English side's the crazy side.
I'd say the Caribbean's the fun side. You know, a bit of spice.
So you're fun and crazy.
Not crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's the beginning of the day. You can't lie.
Crazy.
Do I
Don't
look
like
like
being
that to
called
you?
crazy.
Yes.
I'm not a liar, actually.
You're not a liar. Everything you tell me for the rest of this episode is going to be a complete truth.
Yeah.
Promise me. Say I promise.
I promise. No, I really promise.
Oh, you see, I like that because he's making her compliant. You know what I'm saying? No, he is.
Yeah.
He already got her to agree with him. So, like, she's being compliant. It's like, yes.
Honest thoughts and opinions.
We'll see. All right, we'll see.
Yeah. So what do you do?
Let me think of a lie. Give me a second.
No, you can't lie.
You have to tell the truth. I don't have to tell the truth.
Why?
We already agreed. You're telling the truth. There's only one of us can tell the truth. One of us can lie.
You released my trap card.
That's it.
You triggered my trap card.
It's kind of funny. Like when she promised, like he kind of looked at the camera over her shoulder a little bit. Looked like line that shit up.
Oh, he knows what he's doing, bro.
Good stuff.
I'm a shoe salesman. I sell shoes, socks, shoe accessories, polish, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sell shoes. Yeah.
That's good at it.
I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
I'm surviving. Sold 2 pairs of shoes yesterday. Life's good.
Okay, that's good. He's a liar. So tell me a bit.
No. He's a creative storyteller, okay? Get it right. He's a
He's a
creative
liar.
storyteller. Not a liar.
Accent's a lie.
I'm not comfortable opening up too much.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because, you might work for John Law and the government.
No.
I have to be careful what I say.
Oh, so it's not commitment issues.
It's not commitment issues. It's more just like legality issues.
Oh, okay.
I like to go to church. I'm a man of God. Play Scrabble.
Do you have faith?
Okay, this is good. This is an interesting conversation that we can have on camera, which is.
I'd say my personal journey with God is between me and God. So I'm not one of those people that is like, yes, I go to church or yes, I do this.
Don't you think that's a bit like lazy Christianity?
No, not really, because for me, I believe in love and I believe in faith, and I don't think it's just one religion that you need to follow. I've got friends that are Muslim.
I agree.
I've got friends that are Christian. I've got friends that are spiritual, so I don't put myself in one category.
I understand and I respect that completely, but don't you think out of respect for God himself, whether you're in Dubai and you go to the mosque or you're in England, you go to the church, you should get up early on a Sunday, despite all the booze And
it's kind of interesting how like one of the first conversations is religion. Because I feel like those are religion and politics are something on a date you should like never
taboo. Yeah,
it's like it's too much too soon.
Up and take an hour out of your life and just show some respect.
No, because everyone's journey with God is personal.
You can be a lazy spiritualist, a lazy Christian. You can be a lazy kickboxer, right? I'm a kickboxer, but I don't train. Okay.
I would go to you.
No, no fucking way, bro. I hate these fucking.
I'm a kickboxer, but I don't train.
All right. Well, what do you think of the interview so far?
I like it. I see where it's going.
Yeah. Okay. We're still getting warmed up. You got to give it a little time then.
It's okay.
I'm not lazy. Do you have time for God?
Absolutely.
That's good. Do you get up early on a Sunday?
Completely.
That's good.
Every single Sunday, of course.
That's amazing.
And I think that being religious is a beautiful thing. And I think that a lot of people try and say they're spiritual or they're religious in a way, copping out on the 1 hour a week. It just feels a bit lazy to me. I think you can always find an hour a week.
Yeah. No, you definitely could.
So maybe God sent me here to make you go to church.
Maybe. Maybe you're here to enlighten me.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah? What kind of man are you?
What's the spectrum? I need you to quantify it for me. Who's at the bottom and who's at the top?
For me, I'd just say top like a high value man.
What would you say constitutes a high value man?
A high value man is someone that is successful financially.
Okay.
I'd say it's someone that's got a lot of integrity and good morals, that is very well respected, is very sure of himself, but also is a very family orientated man. That's the...
Okay, just real quick. We have finance, right? Security, right? We have ambition, confidence, and then what was the other thing she said?
Family.
Oh, she said integrity. A man of
morals,
right?
Yeah.
And then basically she said status, right? A guy who's like well respected. So status, and that's one of his biggest things that he always touches on is basically like you have to be a man. Oh wait, you have to be a man of status.
Me, a high value man.
Okay, it's fine. I'm a high value man.
He's very sure of himself. Yeah, so what's a high value man for you?
Pretty much basically what you said.
Yeah, it was crazy because she literally just said he should be sure of himself.
Judged in many different ways. And capability is something which varies depending on the situation. You need a man who is capable of doing lots of different things that he doesn't do very often. You need a man who's capable of being violent when the time appears. Of course, you need a man who's capable of making money. You need a man who can kill somebody and hold a baby in the same day. You need a man with a very broad spectrum of...
Bro, where does he come up with this shit, bro? You need a man that can kill a man and hold a baby in the same day, bro. What?
I mean, like, I see what he's talking about, though, bro. Like, he's not gonna take his shit home with him. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you see, that's where you get that perspective, bro. That's where you get that perspective, bro. For sure, yeah. You want a guy that can be able to separate himself from work and family.
Yeah,
that's what he's trying to say. But he said it a lot stronger. He made a point with it. That's great.
Qualities and assets and capabilities. And this is actually what the most difficult thing about being a man is. Most people, when I say most people, let me change that. Most females don't respect how difficult it is to become a high value man. Because to become a high value man, you need to have so many different qualities and so many different capabilities. It's a very difficult thing to do. You need to be funny and smart and charismatic and interesting with stories and strong and rich with a nice car and a nice apartment. Whereas to be a high value female, you need to be hot. If you're nice, it's a bonus, but it's not even that necessary.
That's it.
If you're a pretty female...
Do you agree?
Not lying. Yeah, I mean, like...
A high value female.
Well, that's that, like, but I think he's saying, like, high value as in, like, something that's, like, sought after, exactly. Right? Like, because, like, you're not high value if you're fucking annoying as shit. Like, and, like, yeah, you're a great fuck, maybe, or something, right? But, like, after that, then, like, what? Like, do you really want to talk to her again? Or, like, are you going to want, like, high value? Like, like, he,
Well, I think you're right where you said like high value men are like what most men are like going after. Right? Yeah. So it's like who chooses what we go after? It's us men, and we choose to very much. We don't have a lot of like.
The first thing we look at is is she fine? Like we look at appearance.
Exactly. So we care about like is she nice and is she hot? That's really all we care about. Like if you ask for a high value woman, like these are the women that are being most sought after. They're just hot. We like they can be bitchy or whatever, and they can still be hot and still be sought after, right? But for a guy. The guys that are most sought after are literally the guys who have money, status, know how to protect a woman, know how to make a woman feel comfortable. Like a guy who's able to do all these things and be funny and charismatic and ambitious and confident. All these things, there's only like 10% of guys that are like getting pussy, getting laid, essentially. Yeah. And that's why it makes it high value. So like, that's why it's like different. That's why we're not equal. Like that's why people say, men and women are not equal.
Your messages on Instagram.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're a good-looking man who lives with his mother, you ain't getting any messages. And
Not really.
I think so. I think that if you're a good-looking man, that's all you have going for you, I don't think you're going to succeed very well in life. I know there's very, very pretty girls who have nothing else going for them that manage to do very, very well.
Yeah.
Do you play chess?
I'm okay at it.
But if you look at the chessboard, right, the queen gets to jump all over the board and the king has to move one square at a time. And I think that's done very purposefully. If you go to Monaco and you see a yacht and you see a man on that yacht, he had to work his entire life and network his entire life and get up early and deal with stress and tax problems and police problems and work his ass off to buy that boat. What did the girl have to do? The girl who's on that boat, the 19-year-old Ukrainian. She had to get a message on Instagram. So the man moves one square at a time and the queen just jumps on board. This is the point. Female beauty is extremely valuable.
The thing is, there's a difference between a high-value man and a high-value woman. For me, a high-value woman is
what was the analogy he made with the whole board thing? It's pretty much a guy has to can only move one square and a woman can move anywhere on the piece.
Yeah.
So women, I guess when they're born, they're able to move everywhere, and a guy, even the king, is only able to move one square
network, and he got to move other things around and shit.
That's interesting. That's an interesting analogy. I never thought of that, which is insane.
What kind of compassion has she got? Has she got integrity? Has she got morals? Is she loyal?
You get good luck if you rub his head.
If you rub his head, bro. Imagine, bro, yo.
That's fucking shiny.
I just want to gain his confidence if we just rub his head.
Right? Just got me.
Oh shit. No, mom, not right now. Sorry, mom.
Loyal. All these other qualities, but I think there's a difference between.
Oh, mom, you fucked up my stream. Wrong shit. God damn it! Now I have to sit through these fucking ads. God damn it! I didn't want to edit. It's the whole point.
You should call it again.
God damn, Mom, I'm doing something. Call you later. Love you. Bye.
Being a high value man.
Exactly. Doing work.
She's like, what? She heard me in the background. She's probably gonna call me now.
All right, and now it's working.
Aesthetic level.
I agree with you. If I meet a female, I would like her to be all those things, especially loyal. It's the most important thing.
Oh, wait, we'll go back.
Loyalty.
You loyal?
Yeah, because
I feel like men base it on just an aesthetic level.
I agree with you. If I meet a female, I would like her to be all those things.
Is she loyal? All these other qualities, but I feel like men base it on just mother is she? What kind of compassion
mother
has
is
she
she?
got? Because there's a difference between a high value man and a high value woman. For me, a high value woman is what kind of mother is she? What kind of compassion has she got? Has she got integrity? Has she got morals? Is she loyal? All these other qualities, but I feel like men base it on just an aesthetic level.
I agree with you.
You see, and I completely agree, right? Where it's what she's saying is right. This is what most men should be looking after, but it's just
it's not the initial thought.
Exactly.
It's not the initial thought.
Exactly. And it's not what they go after. It's not really what they go after. But as a high value man, I think you should be able to distinguish yourself and look for women that have these characteristics, which is being a mother, nurturing, caring, loyal, good, discerning, making good decisions.
If I meet a female, I would like her to be all those things, especially loyal. It's the most important thing for a female to be.
Are you loyal?
Mr. Loyal, man of God, we already talked about church. But the point is that to initially attract a mate, females, the most important thing for them is their looks, whereas a man, I think, is his status, and status is a far more varied spectrum than looks alone. Being good looking alone does not make you a high status male. To be a high status male, you need to have a bunch of things. Initially, if you're just pretty, you're going to get attention. Whereas a man, you need to have a bunch of things to just get attention. Do you understand? Do you agree with my point?
Not always. Listen, there's men that are funny, that aren't that attractive, that can get attention. It's like an energy thing.
I disagree.
It's true that they can, right? There's guys, obviously, at our level that we can get girls and woo girls, right? But it's harder to maintain if she's a really high value woman, right? Because most women are hypergamous, which they like to date up. So they're willing to fuck guys that are at their level, even sometimes go down. Very rarely do they ever go down, right? But they're only really willing to stay with the guy that has more resources, essentially.
Yeah.
It's more well put together than she is.
Yeah.
Because they're always willing to date up. Also, another thing that I just realized is man is wearing fucking shades inside, bro.
I was gonna say that before, but
I didn't even realize.
Gangster, bro.
It is, but it's also she can't see his eyes, and I guess he's trying to lie. So it's harder for her to catch what he's saying.
I disagree.
I disagree. I know what you're saying. They can get attention, but I don't think anyone would look at a funny guy who lives with his mom and call him a high value male. Whereas if you get a really, really beautiful girl, even if she has nothing else going for her, she'd be considered high value.
I wouldn't say high value, no.
Yeah, we can disagree. That's fine.
Are you a good partner?
best.
The best? What makes you the best?
Besides you and the police, I don't often answer questions.
Okay. He's definitely had a police interview in the past.
I don't like to answer open-ended questions because I feel like they're a trap.
Why?
Because when you speak a lot, it's how you end up getting trapped, right? It doesn't matter if it's a police interview or anything else. The more you talk, the worse. So I want you to be very, very...
Oh, what do you think, bro?
Yeah, give them parameters. That's
That's a great point. If you've ever been interrogated by a cop, I have. I'm pretty sure you have. Or never been interrogated.
Fuck you. Give me my lawyer.
Well, not by a cop, but I have been interrogated, like, you know, in the department stores, like models type shit. Yeah. So it's like fucking, yeah, bro. Like they're trying to trap you by just getting you to talk more. So you need to be very, very smart with your words. And even on a date, don't be too analytical. But like, it's better that when you have that practicing, you're gonna start realizing you're gonna start talking a lot less. I think, and let them do most of the talking.
Specific your parameters within the questioning, because that allows me to answer them in a way which makes me look the best.
I don't know. I feel like a very confident man that was very sure of himself would just answer.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Because
I feel like you're just being calculated.
Okay.
Nah, here's why. Because women like mystery and intrigue, right? Mm-hmm. And if you're on the date and you change up the dynamic where it's like you're letting her keep the conversation up, it's like she already went out of her way to go out, which she probably rarely ever goes out with guys, right? So now that she's out on a date and now she has to start putting more effort into it, she's getting more like attached. And that's why you're asking like kind of like less questions and you're just letting her speak.
Yeah.
And you're being smarter about how you're answering. I think that's a good dynamic.
A very innocent man, would he just answer the police?
Yeah. If he's innocent.
Then you've never dealt with the police, my dear. That's not how it works.
No?
No, of course not.
But he's innocent.
It doesn't mean anything. Innocent and guilty in and of itself is a false paradigm. You have to understand that the world we live in, there is no black and white. There's no such thing. It's all a sliding scale. If they want to find you guilty, they'll find you guilty. I guarantee you sold something to a mate on eBay 7 years ago and didn't pay tax. Boom, you're going to jail. I'm enjoying this conversation, and I understand every point she's making, and I'm being deliberately abrasive. However, the truth is about the masculine-feminine dynamic is that females like men who are completely in charge and run their life exactly how they want, and they comply and bend to the man's wills and lifestyle. To come along to a woman and say, how do you want me to be so that you like me is a death sentence for the relationship. So,
bro, yeah. W, bro, W.
Very
absolutely.
Well said.
Very well said. You want to lead and you want to keep her in your frame. I think that's so smart. Like when you have your life that you're running, you're letting her join you in your journey, right? That's why men are leaders and women are like followers essentially, because they're following on the journey and you're leading them and they want to be led.
Or that's why Lori's gonna see me in a crop top today. I didn't ask her about it. Just fucking did it. Woke up today, cut that shit. Sit, Rosatorade.
Reppin'.
What kind of man do you want to be?
I want to be a man who lives true to himself and a man who goes to sleep easy at night and a man who knows that he's living true to his biological necessities and instincts and tries his best not to hurt anybody and leaves a positive impact on the world.
Are your actions congruent with your words? Yeah.
What else would they be?
I don't know. I don't know you. So that's why
I'm trying to
get to know you.
Yeah, we're here to know each other. Of course they are. Yeah, I'm a positive man. I'm a positively inspirational and motivating person.
Okay, what do you do that's motivating?
I inspire people to tell the truth.
All right. Well,
Park is about to be a bitch.
I'm pausing it, and then you gotta go to fucking park. You gotta go to work, bro. Thank you for joining me on this episode.
Gotcha, bro. Pleasure. See you in a bit. See you later. Night.
Oh. Gotta run and dash. Gotta run and dash. All right, boys and girls, looks like we're going to finish up this episode. You and me, solo dolo. Let's finish it up. Let's see what we can find. Let's continue it.
I think.
Okay.
And I think a lot of men live in a world now today where they have to lie.
You think?
In fact, I would basically guarantee that 99% of men are lying at least 80% of the time.
Really? That's a bit bold.
I think it's true because I think that...
So men are liars?
Men are liars. Women are correct. Men are liars. Women wear makeup because men fall in love with what they see. And
bro, it's crazy because I always repeat this quote, bro. Always repeat it because it really stuck into my head. And every time I bring it up to another guy in an interview or whatever, they all agree with it. Even the girls I brought up to, they agree with it. All right. Men fall in love with what they see. Women fall in love with what they hear. That's why women wear makeup and men lie. It's a crazy quote, and like it really captures how the society that we live in, which is insane.
and lie because women fall in love with what they hear. Men are liars because men are in constant competition with other men.
So funny. He butchered the quote, but.
And they have to find a way to be competitive, and the easiest way to be competitive is to lie. If you can sit there and convince a woman that you're rich because you bought her $100 or £100 meal, that's what you're going to do. It's a lot easier than becoming rich. And women believe it. And as long as women are stupid enough to believe it, men are dishonest enough to lie.
For me personally, I'm the type of woman that it's actions rather than words. I don't get like fazed by...
Actions can be a lie. You think flowers can't be a lie? You think flowers, 25 pounds on a phone call to some dickhead delivery dude can't be a lie?
No, but there's some like good men that wouldn't even enter the head that that's a lie. So I feel like everything you're doing is just very calculated.
Life is calculated. All men lie.
It's really not.
Men lie because, life at the upper echelons, at the highest echelons of life is absolutely and utterly calculated. Every single man at the top echelon of life is a calculated man. You don't get there by accident.
Okay, so do you want to get to the top?
I'm already at the top echelon of man. And when you're at the top echelon of man, it's a very, very calculated process. You don't get there by accident. Nothing good in life happens on accident. When you say men don't lie because you believe in actions, I'm saying a lot of actions are lies.
Am I high-value women in your eyes?
You're very good looking. So I would say, yeah, absolutely. You're beautiful. You seem like you're a good person. You seem intelligent. You're not stupid. So I'd say you're a high-value woman. But your actions dictate that, right? The most important actions a woman can undertake is loyalty. Every man out here knows that disloyalty is the most disgusting thing a female could ever do to her man.
But are you loyal?
Let's not pretend that male loyalty and female loyalty are the same thing.
But loyalty is loyalty.
Ooh, let's not pretend that male loyalty and female loyalty are the same thing. I have not thought of this, so this is something that I guess we're going to dive into together. But pretty much, we live in a fair society where everything's equal, right? So you'd assume that men loyalty and female loyalty should be the same, equal, right? Well, I guess he's about to debunk this. Let's hear his thought process behind it.
But they're not the same thing, are they?
Why is it not?
Because men and women are not the same.
We are not the same. You are correct there.
Okay, so we agree.
No, but I'm not agreeing to people being dishonest, cheaters, liars. He's deluded.
Why do you think men and women are different?
We carry children.
Okay, so she's not wrong where she says he's delusional. Like, yeah, we just stated that in order for a man to become something, he needs to have a certain level of disconnect from other people, which makes you delusional in the eyes of other people, right? Because of his frame, because of how confident he is, because of the person that he's trying to portray and the person that he is and he wants to become, right? So it's like there is that level of disconnect where he's delusional. I agree to that, and I see that from a female's perspective. But if you're going to walk into this man's life and you're going to be a part of this man's life, this is the kind of delusion that you have to accept. And that most women have already accepted subconsciously, whether they like it or not. And they've probably done it in their past, especially if they've been hurt by a liar or a guy that's disloyal, right?
We nurture, we're, compassionate, emotional beings.
Yep.
Men are very different.
I agree.
However, I don't think
And it's not an excuse. It's a risk you choose to take.
Very fair for men to sit with the opinion that it's acceptable for men to cheat.
I didn't even say that, but I think if we, as intelligent, logical beings, as you are and as I am, if we agree that men and women are not the same, then our paradigms on how we enact in certain regards cannot be seen as the same.
So if I'm with you and I then cheat.
That's disgusting. I can't believe you even said that on YouTube. You see, you just said that on YouTube. I'm sorry to the world. Please don't listen to this.
No, but it happens.
No, it doesn't.
It's haram.
Please don't say this on YouTube. You're going to corrupt the youth. I'm sorry for her. I'll pray for her. These things can't be said.
Women can't do that, so it's a double standard.
It's a double standard. But life is full of double standards.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean...
It's an absolute double standard. For sure, it's a double standard. Nobody's disagreeing. That's why I'm saying it's a risk that you choose to take. It's not an excuse. It's a risk that you choose to take if you're going to be with this kind of person.
Listen, regardless with your philosophies and everything that you keep...
It's not my philosophy.
No, but I'm saying, life is full of double standards.
Correct.
I understand that. But in a relationship,
correct,
it's a partnership.
Yes.
Right? You and me, we're together.
Since when?
You know what I'm saying. When you're trying to build a partnership and a life with someone, the end goal is you two together.
Agreed.
So why cheat?
I know. I understand where you're coming from. My point is that relationships and life is full of double standards as a whole. A man's going to pay for everything everywhere you go, right? It's his duty as a man. Do you agree?
No, I do like traditional.
Okay, so you agree. So you're traditional, right? So if you want to talk about traditional, let's talk about tradition. Every single man since the dawn of human time had more than one woman. Every single king, every single emperor, every single sultan, every single conqueror since the dawn of human time had more than one.
See, and as always, the red pill community always has a way of going back to and that's kind of the trap card that women get themselves in, right? It's like, yo, you say you want a traditional man, but you don't really know exactly what you want, but you say you want a traditional man without understanding what traditional men are, where they come from, right? Maybe they do understand it, but it's like they don't really think about that when they're trying to apply the cheating analogy. And that's what's interesting. That's why I find this conversation very interesting, because I want to see what she has to say from a female perspective.
And all of them, every single one. Read a history book, read the Bible. It's all in there. The Quran, all of it. You want to talk about tradition, it's all there. The only reason your mind is different, the only reason you believe differently is because of society. Society's come along and told you so.
Yeah, but society, we can change. Like the world evolves, things change.
The world evolves, yeah, that's right. Now,
see, it's like the world evolves, right? And she just said the world evolves and things change. And she's already fucking herself up because she wants a traditional man. So she wants to be very selective of exactly what kind of traditional man she wants. She wants to nitpick exactly what she wants out of it. But so she doesn't want a traditional man. She wants a man that's a little bit traditional, but then is not willing to do all the traditional things, which includes having multiple women, which is like cheating, right?
Men cut their dicks off and their chicks. You believe in this shit? You got the pain? You believe in any of this crap? It's all a lie.
I feel like life's about choices.
Life is about choices, correct. My point is this. If I had a woman, I would decide not to cheat because I decide. However, I would not see my infidelity as nearly anywhere near even 1% as disgusting as female infidelity, because female infidelity involves emotion. You will not sleep with a man you don't like.
Ooh, so is female infidelity as disgusting as male infidelity, right? And what Andrew Tate's point is that it's not. So that's interesting. Here's the thing, though. A lot of men do use this analogy with the whole like kings and emperors and all this shit as an excuse to go cheat and be with multiple women. At the end of the day, if you are not a guy of that status and that high value, then this does not apply to you, right? Like the traditional shit doesn't apply to you if you don't have all those things. So it applies to him. He can use the analogy because he is that kind of guy. He is that dude. You know, I am not at that level. Maybe yet, maybe ever. I don't know, but I'm not that level, so I can't say that for myself. And most men can't use that same analogy.
I can sleep with women I don't like. It's a completely different thing. I can be head over heels in love with a woman, ready to die for her, ready to take a bullet for her, protect her, give her all the money in the world, make sure she has a beautiful family, a nice big house, all of it. And I'll still f that bitch. Watch me. A woman won't do that. So don't lie to me and pretend. No, you won't. Any woman who will sit here and say, I can f dudes and not care about them is fundamentally broken. Her soul is broken.
Okay, well, she's broken then, but she's still doing it.
Oh my God, bro. That's so funny. He said that she can too, and she absolutely can. And what I'm assuming he's going to say is, why is he saying, oh, like a woman's soul is broken? He's being very expressive and all this shit, but like, it's because women that cheat are usually confused or unhappy in what they want, right? So if they're unhappy, it comes from a place of confusion. So they're kind of broken. When a man cheats, it's a choice that he decides to make, and they don't really feel bad about it because they know who they're emotionally loyal to. You get it? As to when a woman cheats, her emotions are misaligned. Now, there are women that are very masculine that cheat and don't give a fuck, and those women are what men consider like alpha widows, or like, you know, like women that have a lot more of a masculine energy and they're with a guy that's a little more submissive, right? That's kind of that maybe that's a power dynamic of that relationship. I don't know. Interesting theories.
Yeah. Well, if she's broken, she ain't anywhere near me. I don't want no broken bitch near me.
I'm definitely sure women would cheat on you.
You think so? Well, those are the kind of women I will not associate with. Females shouldn't even want to cheat. And the reason women can't cheat is because there's no way to ensure paternity if a female's cheating. Modern science in and of itself, just because you can now find out who the dad is.
Ah, fuck. I messed up. Yeah, I forgot. That was another analogy that they used, was pretty much like the whole paternity thing. Like, he's going to tell you right now.
It doesn't undo 5,000 years of human evolution in which a female had to be loyal to one man so we knew exactly who the father was. If a man has multiple partners, you know who the mother is, you know who the father is. If a woman has multiple partners, nobody knows who the dad is, nobody wants to look after the kid, and a woman with a child without a father or without a man around in the ancient world was toast.
That's crazy, bro. That's insane. That's
better
insane.
results. Start with better quality.
That's just insane, bro. Like, I mean, yeah. the things that he's stating are things that are grounded in our society. You know what I'm saying? They're rooted deep into our society, deep into our history as well. So it's like, it's not something that he's just pulling out of thin air. You know, he's connecting all the dots. So it's a hard pill to swallow.
Never ever.
You can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Of course I can.
No, you can't. Like, because the thing is, with like, this is just an assumption. I'm assuming, you know, you have a nice life. No, but I'm saying you have a nice life. You live a good lifestyle. Women will just see you as an opportunity.
If I was a dumbass, yeah, correct.
Yeah, but this one's but your attitude is what keeps a woman also. Like, do you think a high-value woman is going to sit there and tolerate a man condescending and talking to her and being like, we're different and we're this, we're that, because we're not. A woman that knows her worth is not going to tolerate that. As professionals,
You see, I like that. I like the way in which she put that together, in which she articulated that, because it was very empathetic, and she knew exactly what he was trying to say without trying to offend him. You know what I'm saying? And that's a very good quality in a woman if she's able to do that. If she's able to understand both sides without offending the guy. And what she's basically trying to say is that he wants a guy that's like he wants a girl that's a toy, basically, it's like a dog who just listens to his every move. And he can be condescending as he wants, double standards, and she just has to be okay with it. And the truth is that is what he's looking for. And it's not going to work. That's why he's not in a relationship. And that's why it's not going to work for most of these guys. But if you want a relationship, you know, you have to be willing to actually listen to what this girl is saying and actually be willing to compromise and be compliant as well. So I can kind of agree with that. But he's not the kind of guy that's gonna live that lifestyle. He's not going to.
Discussed the infidelity of females. And I said that female infidelity is more disgusting than male infidelity. And I think that the world agrees with me. History agrees with me. The Bible agrees with me. The Quran agrees with me. Every single book you can read from history says that females who are promiscuous should either be stoned to death or at least cast out from society. Female promiscuity is a brand new concept.
But also remember, who are the people that wrote these books and put these ideas together? Guys, bro. So obviously there's a huge bias in there, okay? Because it's men who wrote the books. It's men who put these ideas together. It's men who conquered the world, who were conquerors in that time and continue to be conquerors to this day, right? So it's funny how he uses that analogy.
This is brand new amongst society. The idea that women can sleep with a bunch of dudes and it doesn't matter is a brand new idea. 30, 40 years old, maybe. Even today, nobody respects.
It's true.
Deep down. When a girl shoots a girl she doesn't like, you know the first thing she does? She says you know why? Because they know deep down that female promiscuity is disgusting, it's revolting. So the whole idea of a female wanting to sleep with more than one man at a time is haram. And they know it inside of their souls, inside of their hearts.
I don't think so.
Yes, they do. As does a man. Whereas a man, if he sleeps with a bunch of chicks, doesn't matter. Who cares?
So would you be with me if I'd slept with over 50 men? I'm a high-value woman, right?
Wait, sorry. What did she say? Did I just miss that?
Their hearts.
I don't think so.
Yes, they do. As does a man. Whereas a man, if he sleeps with a bunch of chicks, doesn't matter. Who cares?
So would you be with me if I'd slept with over 50 men?
Oh my God. Here we go, bro. Here we go. We're getting the juice, the body count. The body count. Let's see. Woo. Let's see. Does body count matter?
I'm a high-value woman, right? You said it yourself.
How can you be high value if 50 men have something to do?
If I've just been single for a long time.
No, unacceptable.
Why is it unacceptable?
A body count is probably the #1 most easiest way to judge the value of a female. I actually think that No. I'm going to say this. I think 99% of the world's problems, and no one's going to understand this, but if you can extrapolate, if you can listen.
Also, notice, this is another thing about body language, completely separate, but notice how he almost opened up the room with his shoulders. And it's like, no, I have to say this. Okay? I have to say this. And now he's going to dispute his bullshit, which is funny, but it's logical, bro. It makes sense. It makes sense. He has a point to this.
To this statement and extrapolate it out towards society at large. I think 99% of the world's problems would be solved if females walked through life with their body count on their forehead. Because it would prevent all of the disintegration of morals. It would prevent so many things about the world.
But you know what? There's like,
and women would be like, to be with me as a man, I don't want to put another number on my forehead. You have to be a good man. They wouldn't stop fucking these idiots and stop being idiots. And all the idiocy would disappear. All the degeneracy would disappear. Families would return. Virgins meeting their first man, staying with him her whole life and being proud of it. Couldn't we go back to such a beautiful age? All we have to do is start putting numbers on girls' foreheads. We could fix everything.
That attitude is disgusting. It's not about women's body count. That would not like minimize any problems. Men.
Listen, he did such a terrible job in explaining that concept. All right, because if you want a deeper dive into me explaining that concept, there's a whole other episode that I made about does body count actually matter, and we've discovered that it truly does matter because, and the reason that the psychology behind this is that women compare their current relationships to their past relationships. A lot of them do. So it's harder for a woman to really be in a stable relationship for a long period of time if she's had many, many different sexual partners and she's always comparing all these other sexual partners to her current partner. And now you might ask yourself, okay, so then if that applies to a woman, would the reverse apply as well? And the truth is, as a man, personally, I can't speak for all men, obviously, but I can tell you this, that I don't compare my girl to every other girl I've been with. I understand what I want from all the other women that I've been with and what I do not like from all the other women I've been with. And I look for the girl. And then when I find that girl, that's when I'm going to be with that girl, right? I'm not in my current relationship comparing, you get what I'm saying, to the past relationships. And maybe this is, I think this is a mentality that both women and men can apply to their current relationships. Don't make comparisons. And that's why I think body count matters and then a body count doesn't matter. For a guy cannot control what a woman thinks and how a woman feels and what she's been through in the past, right? But if he puts the metaphorical number on her forehead, guess what? He's going to be able to minimize his risk in maintaining a long-term relationship if he chooses a woman with a lower body count. It's just being smarter, working smarter, not harder. That's it. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Like you are the problem, Andrew. Women, I myself am one of them, I'm sick of men that have this really disgusting outlook on women, policing women's bodies. Listen, if I want to sleep with this many people, I can and I will.
See, here's the thing. It's not about us policing women's bodies or policing, it's just like, you just have to understand, if you have a certain body count, we're just not gonna wife you up. We're going to just smash and dip. And that's just a mentality. Again, it's a mentality. So it's something that we can change and people can definitely change. But again, it's just not the smartest way to go about it.
But what you're not getting is there's this whole hyper toxic independent movement of women, right? We are doing things because it's kind of, now it's our choice, but it's kind of like by force in the sense of, it's like we're so liberated because we're literally exhausted with men on their power trip, on their this. So it's like, oh, if you can do it, we can do it. But this is what I said, but you men.
And I agree with her that if women can do it, I agree with her. If women can do it, men can do it as well, right? Or like if men can do it, they can do it as well. I agree with them. The thing about that is that if you're a woman who's trying to be a man, why are you trying to be with a man? And a man doesn't want to be with another man. You get what I'm saying? He don't want to be with a woman that's masculine. He wants to be with a woman that's very submissive and very feminine. And that's why it doesn't equate. Like it's just a big conflict of interest in that relationship that will eventually just deteriorate and fall apart. And I'm saying will, but it might, and it's most likely going to happen. And that's what I've seen in relationships with this kind of caliber, where it's like a woman tries to essentially try to earn more than the man or be more of a masculine figure than the man is.
Think the way you think have created that.
I understand your point. However, you're wrong. She thinks I'm arrogant. I'm being arrogant on purpose. I must admit, annoying her is kind of fun.
It's hilarious.
I think that You know what? I'm being so nice. I'm being so nice to you. I say I think instead of I know.
This is him being nice.
I was paying for in-flight Wi-Fi for months.
Jesus, stop with the ads, bro. I don't care. I don't care about these ads. Is he being nice? I think it's great that he's making her unsure. Like if in a date, that's really what you want to do, right? You want to make the other person not be too sure of you. You don't want to give everything away because then she feels like, oh, I know everything about this guy. Like, why do I really need to go on a second date, right? And now she's like, oh, I'm sure that's him being nice. I don't know. And he's doing all these things on purpose. Remember, this is chess, not checkers, bro. It's chess. And obviously it's a show and it's content and it's whatever, but this is how I'm sure he applies his persona in real life and dating in real life situations. But he's also playing it up. He is also playing it up.
Females who sleep with lots of men, first things first, I don't think that women naturally, intrinsically want to do that. I think that's societal programming. I think that women...
No, but I agree. This is what I'm saying to you. Like, there's things that you're saying, like, I don't disagree with certain things you're saying, but going back to my point, it's like by force. Like, it's to prove a point. It's like this power struggle. Like, I personally don't want to sit and sleep with loads of men. I don't care. Like,
good.
We're
getting somewhere. You see, God... Jesus.
You see, like, she says that, she says, like, there's this whole double standard between, like, body count and, like, which makes sense. But then again, she doesn't want to sleep with a bunch of men, right? So, and she understands that every time she sleeps with another man, like, it's almost like degrading her value as a woman. And that's how a lot of women feel, really. And that's why they lie about their body count.
Getting her, please, little by little. Got 2 hours left. Give me some time. I'll fix it.
No, but if I want to, then I'm going to.
Sorry,
but that's where you need to understand.
Little by little.
And she's speaking facts, bro. She's speaking facts, bro. There's a lot of women that would cheat on their men, and their men don't even know about it. So could be me, bro. Could be me. But I wouldn't fucking know, right? But that's the risk we all fucking take in a relationship, all right? That's just a fact. That's just a fact. You gotta accept it. All right, I like to gamble. I like to play with a little bit of risk, bro. But I like to minimize risk as well. That's why smarter, not harder.
But genuinely, that's what you need to understand.
No, you will not. God will frown upon you. You can't do that.
It's bigger than black and white.
And me. It doesn't say in the Bible I can't do that. Read the book. I can do whatever I want. I'm a man. Women can't do those things. It's disgusting. I can't believe you're poisoning the youth on YouTube.
Why is he shouting?
The idea that a woman can sleep with as many people as she wants.
He's shouting because it's on television.
She wants, just because she wants to, is wrong. It's absolutely wrong. Every man knows it and every woman knows it. Women should not do that. And the whole idea and the whole concept that females can adopt the promiscuity of males, because males have always been promiscuous.
But there's actually a lot of men that are like good, loyal men, just so you know.
Do you think so?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I know very good.
Bro, how many men have lied to her? That's all I'm thinking about. That's fucking sad, bro.
Good men.
Would you deem them high value men?
Oh, absolutely.
Also, has she dated any of them?
Successful, everything that I listed earlier, 100%.
And they don't cheat.
So why don't you marry them? That would be the next question.
Yeah. It's possible. Why is it funny? Seriously, this guy is so toxic, and the only kind of people that listen to his advice are broke men or heartbroken men that are insecure.
I think
he's doing it to me on purpose, right? Now, obviously, I listen to him. I like to break apart the concepts and really make them make sense in my life. And like I said, I do not. Maybe you can say maybe I compare myself to him, but I don't want to necessarily have his lifestyle or copy his style exactly. I like the way he thinks. I like the way he puts things together. I think there's a lot that can be learned that you can take apart and apply to your life. And I think that's why it's very important. But if you consume too much of anything, right, it becomes an addiction, and you don't want to fall into that trap of feeling like you have to be him. You don't have to be him. You don't have to be anybody. What you have to do is pay attention, take it apart, learn it, and then apply it to your life. And then, again, trial and error, and see what works and what doesn't, and then show you. And that's your value. That's your real value, because nobody else has done it the way you will do it, right? So she's right where a lot of men can be toxic and can be intoxicated by that kind of content. But if you're smart, then you'll use it wisely.
That if a man has options over a long enough time frame, he's going to eventually probably explore one of them options. Now, I'm not saying he's going to love another woman. I'm saying that when a man's in love, he only loves one girl. I agree with that. I believe in love. I believe a man cares about a chick. I believe a man should take care of a woman. I believe he should come home to the same place every day.
Now, you see, I feel like this is the part of the interview where he has to kind of like, if this is really as a date, he has to switch it because she's too like negative, right? So now he has to really switch the frame and make himself a little more like down to earth, a little more like empathetic, a little more feelings, a little less like arrogant, right? He needs to tone down a little bit of the arrogance so that she could really feel a little more empathetic towards his cause. And that's essentially how he's going to be able to clap the cheeks, bruh.
Believe all those things. However, I think if a man truly has options, truly, that both the man and the woman understand that at some point he's going to explore those options.
No, listen, if I'm with you, do you think I'm going to allow you to explore other options? It's either you're with me or you're not. Go be single then.
Cool.
Like but realistically, what self-respecting woman is going to sit there and tolerate you?
I don't cheat. I don't cheat.
Okay,
I'm a good man. I don't cheat.
What woman is going to if you have all these other options?
No.
Because I'll tell you what's more powerful, what's more alpha.
All right. She just asked, what good woman is going to tolerate these things? The answer is the exact answer from the very beginning. Traditional women are going to accept these things. Traditional women have been accepting these things. There is history proven to show these things. Is that right or wrong? That's not up to me. Go ask those people in those relationships, the women that stay in those relationships and that are happy and that have kids and that are just great. They think that ignorance is truly bliss. Okay? So those are the kinds of women. And those women exist in Europe. Okay? In Eastern European countries, not here in fucking America. And guess what? And they're fucking truly happy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Do they feel great about it? No, they probably don't. You know, but at the end of the day, they have a lot more, and that's the little shit that they have to deal with at the end of the day. And if you were to ask these women, I'm pretty sure they'd tell you the same thing. They're like, yo, I have a great lifestyle. Like, I'm gonna bitch about this one thing.
Yeah. What's more attractive and what's more high value is a man that can respect his woman, love her, not cheat on her, not disregard her, not see himself above her, not see him as, she's his slave or anything like that. See her as an equal, treat her with respect, and put on that. That's more powerful, a partnership.
See, it's like, I agree, bro. I agree. Everything she's saying, I agree. I empathize with that, bro. I get that because in my relationship, I kind of feel like I don't feel like we're equal, bro. I really don't. I feel like I'm definitely above, and she knows I'm above, and we agree that I'm above. And like, I'm definitely more dominant, and she's a lot more submissive, and she has more, because I have a lot of energy, bro. I have a lot of energy. So the truth is that as long as you can understand those levels that you're at in a relationship and that dynamic, right? And that's the relationship that I want. Because if we were truly equal, then there's going to come a point where she's going to be a little more ambitious than I am. And then she's going to start treating me like a bitch, bro. All right? And that's just the fucking truth. And then I'm going to start getting more insecure. And then that's how you're going to end up in a toxic relationship over and over because now it's hard to get out of. So it's like, that's why I just have to get it from the get-go, bro. That I know I'm here and that she's here under me. Like, not everybody's going to want to be in that relationship but it works, and I think that's the best way to maintain a relationship. I could be wrong, but I'm just saying this is the way I've applied it to my actual life, and this is what I know, not what I think.
Boo people, not I'm a man, I have options, I'm going to explore them. Listen, if you're a cheater, you're a cheater. If you're a loyal person, you're a loyal person. That's it.
First things first.
Now, when it comes to like loyalty, obviously, I think this is something that has been kept out a lot, is that there is such a thing as self-discipline, right? And a man does have to self-discipline himself in order to, not do these things. And he needs to learn to control himself. And this is something that he needs to apply pressure to in his relationship if he's been a savage fucking dog outside of the relationship beforehand. You know what I'm saying? So it's not easy. It's almost like you're kind of neutering yourself, right? But you're doing it because you want to grow with somebody else. So it's like, it's not that you can look at it as a bad thing, or you can look at it as a growth thing. And that's what discipline is, right? I have the ability to do it, but I choose not to do it. And a lot of men might feel like, oh, I'm not even sure if I have the ability to do it anymore. So then they start to get a little more insecure in their masculinity, right? Remember, this is something that you're not just born masculine. You have to always, again, as a man, go through trial and errors in your life. So yeah, take that for what it is.
No, women are not equal. We'll talk about that in a second. Secondly, is that if a woman sees Chris Brown in the club, do you think she's like, wow, he'll be loyal? Fuck no, she doesn't care. Like, a high enough status as a man, women don't even care about loyalty. Women don't even care about loyalty at high enough status. I'm not, and I don't cheat. Okay, listen, I'm a man of God. I go to church. I don't cheat. I'm talking about in general.
Okay, but what I'm trying to explain to you though, because maybe your perception of what a high value woman is warped. Because I'm a high value woman. I make my own money. I possess all the qualities that I listed earlier. Right. I believe I'm not going to be with a man that's going to cheat. I'm not going to look at a man like Chris Brown and be like, oh my God, like he's loyal. You see it as face value. You know he's a cheat, and maybe he'd just be a one-night guy. Cool. Just like you men do it to
Would you sleep with him for one night?
I don't think I would.
I hope not, because that would not make you a one value.
No, this is what I'm saying, because it's like, when you hold yourself in high regard, you don't need to do those things. So the kind of caliber of women that go for men like that and these opportunities don't have that much self-worth, because it's what you're going to go with a man that's only deep, like only values you for one night. So it says a lot about the quality of a woman.
All right, so we agree on something.
But I'm saying, so when you generalize about women, don't do that, because there are many high value women
who would refuse him,
that will not tolerate that.
The thing about it, she keeps going back to, there are many high value women that would refuse him, but would want to be loyal in a relationship and all these things, and they're willing to compromise on all these things. A lot of those women are lonely. You know what I'm saying? When they get to that level, when they've hustled as much as the guy does, they end up lonely because they don't want to be with a simp. They don't want to be with a submissive man. And this is just a sad truth about our society, bro. Like a woman is going to keep jumping from partner to partner to partner to partner, because she can't find the right guy, because she can't accept that guys are lies. And this is just what I've seen. You know what I'm saying? This is what I've seen in society. So it's sad, bro. It's crazy.
Completely. I'm not saying that. My point is, you completely misunderstand me. I'm saying at a certain point, females aren't even interested in loyalty. Do you think all the girls with Dan Bilzerian think he's loyal? I'm not saying every girl will go with him. I'm saying there are certain girls at a certain level of male achievement who are not interested in loyalty.
But is that attractive? Like, for me personally, that's not attractive. To sit there and see a man that thinks it's cool to have loads of women around him, be like, oh my God, they're bitches, this is that, I have all this money. That doesn't impress me. That doesn't impress a lot of women.
That's cap, bro. See, now you gotta call cap when you see cap, bro, and that is fucking absolute cap, bro. We live in a status-driven society. So men think it's cool, and women want to go up to him. That's why I have the book there. I had the Dan Bilzerian setup, his book called The Setup, where he explains exactly how he lives and manages his lifestyle, and he pretty much doesn't really have to pay girls to come through. He pays other people to essentially talk him up, and then the girls have this idea in their head of who he is, and they see other women around him, and that's basically a competitive scenario that they're in, basically in a house, 8-1, 8 women, 1 guy. She's put up with she's put up against a bunch of other beautiful women, and she's essentially forced to compete for this one guy's attention, because a woman's asset is her attention. And she may disagree. This woman may disagree. But at the end of the day, who is she interviewing? Who is she talking to?
It's about raising a family. It's about unity and stuff. I agree. Everything that...
Because I don't see no normal dude with a normal job coming on this show.
You were saying that it's not that.
Talking about all these celebrities, XYZ, at high enough value, when they have options, they will explore them. That's what I'm saying. And I'm also saying that if a man did decide to explore his options, it would not be as disgusting as if a female decided to explore options.
Okay, wouldn't it just be disgusting then?
No. It's different if a woman does it. It's different if a woman does it. Everyone watching this knows it's different if a woman cheats. It's different.
Honestly, men with these sexist views, it's so outdated. What kind of relationship do you have with...
But it's not outdated though. She keeps saying words like outdated or it's sexist. She's throwing these words around. It's I understand the way he's saying it. It is true, bro. But it's it's harder for her to understand the whole picture and the whole concept. It's hard. I get it, because he's being very arrogant, bro. I get that.
A good one.
A good one.
Yeah, take care of her. And also that paradigm, the whole idea that if you find a man who's with his mom and he's good with girls, that's bullshit.
No, it was just more because I find that your thoughts towards women are quite disrespectful.
You think so? Why?
This arrogance that you've got.
Don't tell me what I'd actually like to know what I've said so far.
No, I'm just saying it's not. You don't have to say anything. It's like energy speaks volumes because you're not actually listening to what I'm saying.
I'm listening to everything you're saying. I don't think you're listening to what I'm saying. I'm saying women shouldn't sleep with lots of men, and they should fall in love with one man and stay with that man. And if that man takes care of them and ends up across 20 years sleeping with one chick once, you shouldn't leave him. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And the point I'm making is completely valid. And if a woman sleeps with one man once, that's unacceptable. If a man does it, it's acceptable. That's the point I'm making.
Do you just want women to be submissive to you?
I think in a healthy relationship.
Ooh, that is the key question. Great question. That is the key question. I really want to see how he's going to answer this, bro. Because the answer has to be yes, bro. That's really the truth. The answer has to be yes.
There's always a leader, whether it's the man or the woman. And I think that in the happiest relationships, the man's in charge. I don't think women should be submissive to it.
Funny how he went from I know to back to I think. That was a tricky question. That was a good question, though. I fuck with that. That was a good question on her part.
Yeah. And I don't think women should be submissive to any man they meet. And I don't think women should be submissive when they're not rewarded. Right? If a captain is in charge of a ship.
You see how he said rewarded? So this is where I read, this is what I read in Dan Blazarian's book, and this is actually like, you know, how I also train my dog, which is kind of crazy. And this is how just human psychology works in general. So before anybody goes ahead and calls me misogynist, just listen real quick, all right? There are people work off a reward system, right? When you do something, you get rewarded for it, and then you become compliant and you're willing to do it again, right? I forgot the exact word that this is called, but it's basically called like intermittent positive reinforcement. So basically you just apply exactly what I just told you over and over and over again. And like I said, a woman's attention, a woman's treat like a dog. Like, you know, when you listen to it, when your dog, the reason why I'm using the dog scenario is because I literally have a dog. Zelda, come here. Where you at? Come here. Right behind me. This girl right here, okay? She's a girl. She's lovely. All right. She only listens to me when I give her a treat. Right? Or when I give her attention. And it's the same way for people too, especially for women. Like I said, they're driven by attention. So like you can use attention as a treat and basically train them to do the things that you want them to do. And you know, that sounds very bad in the way that I'm putting it. But you know, and that's how you can incentivize and reward your employees as a business owner. You can apply these mentalities to different things at a poker table, and it's already applied to your TikTok algorithm, your Instagram algorithm, your YouTube algorithm. These are all things that, hey, guess what? I'm going to show you something you like, and then I'm going to click, and then you click like, and then I'm going to show you a video just like that. You know what I'm saying? It's intermittent positive reinforcement that keeps you addicted to this game. And that's what keeps women addicted to their husbands, right? Maintaining that like level of that image.
He's responsible for the ship, right? Mm-hmm. If he's responsible for the ship, he has authority over the ship.
Okay, it's I'm a woman. I'm not a ship.
A relationship. So. Okay, the ship is a relationship.
I know exactly what this guy's doing. It's just like talking in riddles. Like none of it actually makes sense if you actually listen to what he's saying.
You see, like she's the one who's not listening at this point. She's talking about, oh, he's not hearing me, whatever. He's listening to her very well. He's very actually analyzing what she's saying. It's just that he understands that a lot of women say these things, but she's contradicting herself in a sense of, oh, I want a traditional relationship, but I want to nitpick this, and that because now we live in a more modern society. So it's like, what relationship do you really want? And also, why are you still single if you're such a high-valued woman that wants to maintain a relationship? And the answer is not because all men are shit. It's because you're not willing to change your mind. You're not really willing to listen. That's why you're single. Like, I'm keeping it real, keeping it 100, because I'm in a relationship. All right. So I beat both these fuckers by default. I win. If the entire point of our human existence is to be in a relationship and try to build something with somebody else, right? I'm fucking winning and they're still on the fucking bottom in that sense of society, right? I'm not rich yet, but I will be.
So I think if a man has
No, I take that back. I'm rich in mentality, bro. I'm rich. I'm wealthy with the people I have around me in my circle and my lifestyle, okay? I don't need fucking money. Money's valueless if I can't buy anything with it. And I can't buy respect, care, love, all these shit. It can't
ability, and he takes care of the woman and improves her life and makes sure that every single facet of her life, whether spiritual, physical, financial, etc., is taken care of, then he should have some degree of authority. I don't see why a man would take care of a woman and have no authority over her while accepting all of the responsibility that's getting played. You're an independent woman. Maybe you make your own money. You want to do all those own things. That's fine. Fantastic. But if I had a woman, I would say, look, I like that you do your own things. I like that you do your jobs, but let's keep it part-time. I want you to come with me. We got to go here. We got to go there. I'm taking you around the world. You're with me. I'm taking care of you, etc. And I'd expect her to listen to me in return. Why wouldn't she? I'm not going to tell her to do anything wrong or bad. But if I were to say, I don't like that dude, stop talking to him. I'm her man, not that dude. It shouldn't even be a competition. It should be all right, cool, block. But why wouldn't it be?
But then if I said I didn't like that woman, Wayfair has everything.
You see, she's doing that same psychology, and remember, and that conversation always goes back to the whole like, oh, men and women are unequal shit. So, which gets tiring, bro. Which gets tiring. But she brings up a great point. You know what I'm saying? Like, so now she should be able to do that for a woman. I mean, I would concede and say yes, bro. Like that in my relationship, I would concede and say yes. I want to hear what this man's gonna say.
This is what I'm saying. It's just a double standard, and it's just like a power struggle. Like it's about balance.
Like,
you know, and this is the thing. Like,
and the truth is that every man has a different tolerance to this level of attitude in their relationship, right? So it's like you have to decide what works for your relationship and how you feel about it. Okay, women are just gonna be so quick to call it an insecurity, all right? And sometimes it is, but you have to recognize when it is insecurity and insecurity, and then you have to recognize when it's not.
Phil, a lot of women could give you that life and be like, do you know what? He can have a girlfriend. There's so many people that are into that.
I'm not even saying, no, I'm not a cheater.
But I'm saying there are people that are into that.
Correct. But I'm not a cheater. I don't want anyone to think this is about me. I'm talking about in general.
But do you think women want to sit here and look stupid? Like, I might think, do you know what? Actually, I'm listening to everything you're saying. I'm agreeing and I'm liking it. But then if you've got me out here looking stupid because you might be in clubs with all these women around you, making me look like an idiot, do you think I'm going to tolerate that? No. When you have men like you have explained, it's as if you're trying to prove.
Listen, I agree with the point she's making. She's right. Like, you know, like when a guy's out in the club, essentially, and I'm assuming he's going to be like, oh, I'm out networking, you know, so I'm out with more high status individuals, right? You know, this is something I have to do in order to, like, you know, keep the money up, keep the fame up, keep the popularity up and all that shit, right? And it's like, yeah, like a woman's going to sit at home and feel degraded, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, You don't have to go to the club. You don't have to live that kind of lifestyle. For me, I don't like going to clubs. It's just not my thing. Those are not the people that I really want to interact with and network with. At this point in my life right now, I'm not saying it won't change in the future. I don't know because I've never been in that environment. And the only way I will know is that if I put myself in that environment and test out and see how it works and how it doesn't work. But I see her point that she doesn't want to be a woman that sits at home and is like, oh yeah, he's out to do this, but I'm not out to do this, and she feels trapped. I get that.
Point to the world that you're this great man that has all these options and you're so successful.
I agree.
Like, it doesn't work like that.
I agree with you. If there was a man, which is not me because I'm a one-woman man, but if there was a man who decided to have multiple girlfriends, his approach certainly wouldn't be sitting down and saying it the way I'm saying it. The point I'm trying to make is I think that the idea of a man having a girlfriend who he loves and maybe sometimes stepping out is not nearly as offensive as the idea.
Okay, real quick here. I don't know if y'all caught this, but look at what he's doing with his hands, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's like this, forward, still confident, still knows what he's saying, but he's rubbing them a little bit together, okay? And that's, I know a little bit of tells, bro, but he's rubbing it, so he's kind of a little bit in a corner. He's trying to kind of like figure his way, untangle himself from that a little bit, just a little bit. He's feeling a little pressure in that question. So I just want y'all to catch that.
A woman having a man she loves and sometimes stepping out.
Jesus! Another one.
I thought that would have been the best time to be alive. Like 2003. Like, you can still call the people you care about if it's a real emergency, but no one's glued to their phone. Yeah. No one's scrolling social media. No one's trying to take an Instagram picture. Everyone's just at the crappy party, enjoying the crappy party. Like, if you go to Dubai and you look around the bar, half the people aren't having fun. They're just purely trying to get Insta stories to look like they're having fun. So it's pure like, ha, 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 ha. Okay, so I think that a lot of people now are doing things not because they enjoy them, because other people will think they're having fun, and it's more about creating envy as opposed to actually enjoying yourself. If you go on a really fun night out, you don't take your phone out. So when I see someone who went on a night out and took 20 stories dancing and laughing and having a great time, I know they're bored.
Yeah, they're not in the moment.
Do you know what I mean? Because if you really have a great night out, you don't take any stories and you forget to check your phone. Social media has completely and utterly changed the world. It's changed the way that we function. It's changed the way that we go out. It's changed even the places we go. Social media now runs the world. We live in an attention society and people will do it.
It's so funny. He just mentioned what I was going to say, which is basically, yes, we live in an attention society. So attention equals money. So if you're able to attract attention, you're able to attract status, and you're able to monetize off that, then you create yourself a high valued individual because people want something that you have, which is, and you're gaining what? Their attention. It's true. It's true. It's facts.
Anything for attention because attention is a currency and you can turn attention into money. Jake Paul is not rich because he's a boxer. He's rich because he used the attention he gets and monetized it via boxing. So in the attention economy we now live in, you have to understand that your attention is valuable, especially as a man. And women are out here today trying to extract your attention from you without returning anything. That's what the male...
Wow, he hit it deep, bro. And these are all the guys in the friend zone should really listen to this, bro. They should really listen to that part, all right? Because you're putting a lot of your time and effort and energy in a woman that will never give you anything back in return. All right. That's why this whole concept of like being close friends with another woman, it's like it's flawed in a sense of you're not building anything with anybody. Really, you're building this facade, flawed friendship. But guess what? When she finds a guy who she's gonna build something with, she's gonna drop you like that. Understand that. I understand that all that time that you put into it, the same way you rub a cat's tummy all day, guess what? They don't give a fuck. When shit pushes to shove, they're out. They're dipping. But a dog is going to stay loyal to me. All right? My girl's going to stay loyal to me. I know that sounds fucked up, but I use the cat analogy. All right? But that's what a lot of these guys in the friend zone are doing, bro. They're giving a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of energy to a woman that's never going to give them anything in return because she doesn't have to. She does not have to. And she's winning. She wins out of that interaction. And then you feel like shit. And then you feel like women ain't shit. And you start pointing the finger at women, which is bullshit. Take accountability for your actions. Take accountability for the effort and attention that you're putting towards what you're doing.
Male friendship is. In the old days, man would give attention in return for sex. But nowadays, men just give attention and don't get any sex back. And that's what you have to be very, very careful of. Your attention is extremely valuable. So for all the men out there, if you're following a woman and you have zero chance of fucking her.
What's that one phrase that all businessmen, all entrepreneurs use, right? It's what's your most valuable asset? It's time. Why? Because you can get more money. You can gain money and lose money, right? You learn that in the stock market, right? You learn that in gambling. You learn that everywhere in life. You learn that when you open up a business and it closes down, right? But guess what? You're never getting back that time. You will never get that fucking time back, bro. So stop wasting it.
She ain't replying to your DMs. Stop following her.
Sweeper's heavy duty cloth.
Man, see, that's why, you know what I'm saying, I think most people follow him. And a lot of women don't understand that kind of dynamic and that kind of difference. And that's really what I'm here for. It's to try to see both perspectives. Like, I'm definitely biased, but I'm trying to see both. I'm trying to listen to both.
That's actually an asset. Like, my brother is very similar to that. But the problem is, if you live very, very much in the moment and you're not on your phone, I feel like, and I can only talk from the masculine perspective, you're not competitive. Because as a man, you need to be doing things, talking to people, making money, moving things. So you got to be on your phone all the time.
Really like how you just delivered what you said. But I just find it crazy how we've just sat and said about people need to live in the moment and that. But then like you've sold courses trying to explain to people how to be like that. It's just aspire for this.
I understand.
Right.
All right, listen. I'm in the course. I'm in the HU2 Hustles University 2.0 or 3.0, whatever the fuck it is. I think it's 3.0 at this point. But anyways, and the reason why I'm taking this is because I'm gonna do a whole video and breakdown about the university. I've only been in it for like 2 hours. Like I've really spent time sitting down and going through it for like 2 hours. And I can tell you this, bro. For a lot of the guys that don't know what to do with their time, you know, you will learn an astounding amount in 2 hours, bro. Like it's not cap. I don't have an affiliate link. I'm not benefiting from me telling you this. All right. Except for the fact that I'm telling you that I'm going to come out with a video if I make money off it. If I don't make money, then I'll come out with a video about, I didn't make money off it. And these are the reasons why. But I'm going into it with a plan to make money, to make my $50 back and see if we can actually make money off that. Because the way he's put this course together is actually is actually beneficial and it's still growing. It's not just something he copy pasted, kind of like essentially what Jake Paul did, right? Like copy pasted and then he kind of made it free and it was kind of bullshit. Nobody really learned anything. It was very generalized. This is very, very, very specific. It's very focused. It's very, the way they break things down is very, very, like just smart. All right. I don't know how to, I don't want to go too much deep into it because I'm going to do a whole review on it, but it is good. It is good.
I understand what you mean, but unfortunately, and it's an unfortunate reality of the world, is that it's player versus player. Like if you go to a video game, you play Call of Duty, right? There's 20 people in there, and we're all trying to kill each other. And the world is very, very similar financially. I'm not saying we should be out here killing it.
What he's talking about, I think, something about game theory. Game theory is basically like the whole world works off like a risk reward system, kind of the way that a game works, right? Where you keep playing and keep grinding in the game, and then you're rewarded with certain little items. Like it's what our currency is based off of. It's what capitalism is based off of. It's what literally just the world is, how the world runs.
Trying to explain that there's a certain amount of resource and everyone's trying to get it. And I understand your perspective, but your perspective is feminine, as it should be because you're a woman, right? But the masculine imperative and the masculine perspective is you have to understand that life is war. It's a war for the female you want. It's a competition. Every man's trying to get her. It's a war for the car you want. It's a war for the money you want. It's a war for the status. It's a war. Masculine life is war. If you're a man who doesn't view life as war, you're going to lose. So as a man, you have to wake up and think, okay, everything I want, other men want. I have to outcompete every other man to get it. So how am I going to do that? Am I going to do that by living in the moment, ignoring my phone, having a fun picnic?
Do you believe in men's mental health? You are kind of like the problem in society in the sense of fast car, women.
That's so funny. Just like you're kind of the problem in society. It is if he only did those things for the sole intention of getting rich, but like I said, that is what he's doing as well. But like I said, his courses can actually help a lot of guys that feel like they have no direction. Like I truly am telling you this because I've studied a lot of finance myself and like literacy. And this is a little more centered and a little easier to comprehend and understand if you don't want to waste a lot of time. Now, I don't even want to say waste because I've learned a lot from just doing it myself. I think it's a good stepping stone in the right direction. I don't know if you can really make a lot of money off just this one course. Like I think you should really surround yourself with many different sources, not just one source. So he's not a problem. My point is he's not a problem. He's actually really helping men out there. A woman would just see it as a problem because they don't understand the full scope of what he's doing. They're just reacting and they're very emotionally reactive as to opposed to a high value man. He's very emotionally intellectual and understands the risk and reward that he's taking.
No, but it is. This is the problem.
It's not my problem.
I'm not saying it's your problem directly, but I'm saying this is the problem. Yes, all men probably want to aspire for that. But do you see the pressure?
The problem comes from when men think that, oh, we only need these things and we need to surround ourselves with women, money, cars, all these things. But they don't understand innately why it works. And then they can't explain it. And that's when it looks and it becomes a problem because guys are doing this ignorantly without understanding why. Okay. And that's why this woman has this perspective.
There is on men.
Completely. It is much harder to be a man than be a woman.
Okay, so what's your thoughts on men's mental health?
I agree. It's much harder to be a man than be a woman, which is basically what you just said. Society's expectations of men is much higher than the societal expectations of females. I agree.
And there's nothing wrong with that, bro. There's nothing wrong with that. It's what I like to call tough love, bro. Guess what? It is what it is. Learn to be fucking uncomfortable. Life ain't easy. All right. So prepare yourself for that shit. And that's why he says like life is kind of like a war. All right. You have to conquer everything that you want. You see, you have to conquer. You have to learn from it, deconstruct it, take it apart, apply it to your life, and be consistent at it. It's discipline and it's hard work. It's not easy. So opposed, and that's why we're not equal because we have to go through all these things ourselves, right? As opposed to a girl, that's born pretty. She can go through life with pretty privilege. And as she gets older, she realizes, oh shit, I never put much thought into anything else. And now my pretty privilege is going away because I'm getting older and guys aren't paying attention to me anymore, right? That's where that disparity lies.
Much more is expected of us. I agree. It's a harder game. Just like every other video game on Earth. It's a harder game, but if you complete it, you get a higher score. I think that being a top-tier male is the best human experience that any human can have. I think that being a female would not compare in any way to being a top-level man.
No. Reason why. There's experiences, right? Like women, we can literally carry lives inside of us.
I agree with you, and I'm actually glad you chose that experience because that's the most important thing a female can do, and I agree with you, and I understand it's a beautiful thing because there's no society and there's no world without life. I agree with you. However, I think that as a man, you can build an...
And just to throw in my perspective, my 2 cents on like a woman carrying life and how a man is not able to do that, right? That's why predominantly a woman, when she has a baby, she's going to put her and her baby first. Not the man first, she's going to put her and her baby first, right? And it's like the guy has to put himself first and then put his family so that he can lead them in the right direction. Like that's how a good family kind of like works together as a team to push forward, right? And because a man cannot understand that essentially, or does not go through that, it's like we're not as nurturing as a woman is going to be for a child, for a baby. So like that's why we kind of have these gender roles. At least that's the way I see it and the way I justify it to myself. So yeah, basically, and my real deep sense of where this comes from, and I understand this is because I grew up with a single mother without a male figure in my household. So I know how conflicting it can be for a mother to try to play both gender roles as a man and as a woman and be a mother. It's very conflicting in her point of view, and for me, I can grow up very like confused or like, you know, not really sure of where my gender role is because I don't have that masculine energy around me. So it's something that kind of like, you know, as a guy like me, you kind of just try to copy and imitate others and try to like understand it as best as you can because there's no real idol or model that you can follow. You know what I'm saying? Like your mother is your mother. She's not a man. She's not a father figure. Like there's no way she's going to be, and I should not hold her to that standard at all. Because if not, then I'm going to be confused as to how I should treat women. You know what I'm saying? Or as to how women really work. That's kind of how like a guy like me can become, or that's how basically how I became very, very, very almost like submissive or simpy for a woman, where I was like, yo, like I give her everything, bro. I give her attention. I make sure she's good. I make sure she's fed. I make sure she's cared for. I make sure she's listened to. I give her all these things. So why doesn't she appreciate it? Because I didn't take time to put the same effort into myself. So that's why women are nurturers and men are conquerors.
There's conquest as a man. And I think as a female, it's not quite the same. And I'm not saying this in any kind of way that disrespects females. I don't want people to look at this and think I'm disrespecting females. I'm not. I'm saying we have different roles. We do different things. And women give life. Women have a very, very important role, probably the most important role in society. Women are beautiful creatures that do something separate that men cannot do. I think a top-tier male is more unique than a beautiful woman. I think that you get to build an empire. I think that you get to be respected and feared in a way that women never are. I understand that that's a very, very unique human experience, right? Most men never, ever get there. The reality of life for most men is absolutely depressing. I completely understand when you talk about mental health.
So have you suffered from mental health?
Fuck no.
No.
Absolutely not. Because I understood that as a man, you must build yourself. As a female, you can be born.
But did you not we need to stop going into philosophies and just stuff, because I'm actually I want to understand you.
Okay.
Right. So have you?
See, like he's going into philosophies and she's trying to understand him, but like he's going into philosophy because that's who he is. That's how he became a man. And like he said, he doesn't like to like really answer questions from himself, from his perspective and his experiences too much. Because again, like this is content for him. You know what I'm saying? He's not really trying to get into this girl's pants. This is not really a real relationship. And no, let me just get back into that video. I'm babbling.
Not experienced mental health? No.
Zero.
Okay, so how do you cope with stress and situations? Express your emotions when you're frustrated and when you're stressed.
Good question. And
take it out in the fucking gym, bro. Take it out in the fucking gym. That's how you express that stress, bro. You gotta work out. You gotta put physical energy. So a lot of us guys, we want to do a lot. We're very ambitious, but we get a lot of anxiety. And the anxiety comes from just sitting down and trying to do one thing and focus on one thing for a larger period of time that we implode. So we need to let all that energy out. We need to go outside. We need to run. We need to be active in our life and pursuing something that's challenging and difficult and hard so that we can overcome it and come back to our task and hit those hours at a peak level and accomplish and create value towards others. Like, that's how we're able to do that. I know that sounds like a bunch of word salad, but that's really how we're able to attack our mental health and not be suppressed by it. Because a lot of women, and I love this about what women do, is they try to really empathize and like feel like bad for us, right? And it's like, it's great that they feel that way, but us men, we cannot allow ourselves to always feel that way. We have to understand when to feel that way and how to get out of it.
If I'm stressed or I'm frustrated, then I understand it's my time to perform. And I agree that society puts huge pressure on men and it's time for men to perform. As a man, you either perform or you don't. There's no safety net like there is for females. Females can wake up and say, I don't feel like it.
Yeah, but there is for men.
No, there isn't.
There is.
The men who say, I can't feel like it, can
bitches.
I'll compete with the men who do not say that. And it is player versus player. The man who goes to the gym every single day, regardless of how he feels, will always beat the man who goes to the gym when he feels like going to the gym. And it's player versus player. And let me tell you something. As much as you want to sit here and disagree with me, it's women who decide who the winner is. You will choose the man who's in fantastic shape. You'll choose the man with all his money right.
I like a dad bod, personally.
Okay, well, then maybe you're an exception.
Bro, they go for the dad. Bro, Jesus Christ. Okay. You see, that's the thing where it's like women just like to cap. They just like to throw shit in there, and that's called shit testing. And it's okay, bro. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's frustrating. The way I'm acting is just like bitchy, but it's like, you know, at that moment I wouldn't act that way. But it's like it's cap. It's cap. Like they say like, oh yeah, dad bod this, blah blah blah. But they're willing to cheat on the guy with the dad bod with the more muscular guy, right? Or the guy with more game, or the guy with, you know, that has something more to offer than the other guy does. It's always how it works.
But in general, we're talking in generalizations, because exceptions do not disprove the rule. Females will choose the man who's in fantastic shape. Females will choose the man who's got his money right. Females will choose the man who can fix any problem. Females will choose the man when they can go to him and say, can you fix this? And he says yes without panicking. That's who women want. Women decide who the winner is. Women don't want the man when you come to him with your problems and he goes, oh, I'm too stressed today. Tell me tomorrow. No. Women don't want that.
But women also don't want a dickhead.
Having your life in order doesn't make you a dickhead.
You can have all those things.
Correct.
But then there's that fine line where your ego gets a bit too much. For example, like you could be...
That's facts. That's facts. You should hit on a man's ego and a man's pride as 1,000% facts, bro. That's why we have women to essentially kind of... I don't even want to say they're there to really check us, but they're really there. We have to learn to check ourselves and take accountability for ourselves. And then we let our women check us and support us. And it's kind of like that checks and balances that we go through in a relationship, bro. And it's like, but I remember the first thing is you have to take accountability for yourself. And you have to know when your pride is in the way of what you want to get done. You have to understand that, because ego is a thing that will crumble a man so quick and will humble you so quick. So you need to get that shit checked.
So you can have good looking women that are attracted to you. You can just have all those qualities. Right. But then once you possess that, you then suddenly can go past that line, your ego, then you start to become an arsehole. I
agree with you, but I'm not talking about that. I think that's a separate conversation.
No, I'm just saying, no, I agree with everything. That's what I'm saying. Like for me, I agree with everything you're saying, but what I'm trying to argue is that men get successful, they become even more narcissistic, and they just are not nice people to be around.
You're very, very...
And that's essentially what you're seeing right here, right? You're seeing this dynamic right here where you get more successful and she took the word narcissistic out there, which she is, you know, he knows he is. But again, he's playing a character. It is how he monetizes. It is how he makes his way of living. This does not work for every single guy. You cannot copy and paste that.
Smart.
Thank you.
You are. But you're doing what most females do, and you're conflating issues. So when you conflate, what you do is you mix two issues together to try and prove your point.
No, I've just been asking you personal questions. Correct. And every time you give me a philosophy.
No, it's not a philosophy.
No, but I'm saying in general, when I'm asking you, I'm trying to get to know you on a level. How does a woman like me get to know a gentleman like you?
Here at this beautiful, nice, civil...
Whoa, sorry. It is a philosophy, but it's not a philosophy in the sense of like, this is just the way the world works. He's just stating things that is not something that he can create. Like a philosophy is something that you kind of create and you come up with yourself, right? And what he's saying, I don't know the exact word for it, but it's like that's just the way society is constructed and it's the way it works. And that's like something that we observe and we just have to learn from it and accept it, you know, analyze it and accept it and then just kind of like play along the lines. You know, that's where the term comes from. Don't hate the player, just hate the game, bro. Just the way the game's set up.
Here with no animosity at all. You asked me about men's mental health. My answer was explaining that as a man, you don't have the luxury. Oops, I don't feel like it. You can do it.
You can, but I'm sorry, I know I keep cutting you, but I'm just like, because this is the part that gets really frustrating for me. Like, men with this mindset that you have, like, I get it. Okay, great. You are alpha. You've achieved
It's
all
not
these
about
things.
alpha.
No, but I'm saying, like, you possess all these. It's great. But you are the problem. You're creating this pressure on men and society. Like,
No.
it's so...
No. He's not creating the pressure, bro. Society creates the pressure. The world creates this pressure. And at the end of the day, when you're born and you have to breathe, you have to survive. Okay? That is the pressure. It's survival. It's surviving. It's breathing every day. And then as a dominant masculine man, where it becomes a problem is when you want everything and you don't want to, and it's okay to want everything as long as you're exchanging that value for something that other people want as well, right? It becomes a problem when you want all these things and you feel entitled to these things without giving anything in return, okay? And again, that's where the ego gets construed. But it's like for mental health, it's like he's not creating the problem. He's addressing the problem and he's telling you exactly how to handle it, which is by doing things. And I'm going further by telling you have to be more structured and plan it out and see what works in your life and what doesn't. It's not black and white. It's bigger than that.
I'm not creating a pressure.
But men can actually, successful men can actually be like, oh, okay, I don't actually feel like it today. Like, they actually can take a break and rest at that
I understand.
They can, but if they do that for a long period of time, then they're eventually going to end up in a lower position, So that's why they have to continue to be this figure or this alpha to stay on the top and to even rise higher than that. So it's like just continuously doing something.
My point is that it's player versus player. And if you're a man who's going to constantly give in to mental health problems or mental health trouble, you're not going to be able to compete with the men who don't.
Okay, but can we validate men that have...
Completely. If you have mental health
issues, so we can't go player. Just validate men that have mental health issues.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Men who have mental health issues, I wish them the best in the world.
Okay, great.
But when they come to me and say, and I get this all the time, Andrew, I have this problem, I'm depressed and I can't go to the gym. I say, no, I disagree. You're depressed because you don't go to the gym.
Exactly. And that's the thing is that a lot of men like to use their mental health, not even just men, people like to use their mental health as a depressive state, right? And it suppresses them, bro, from doing shit. And it's just you getting in your own way. And that happens a lot more often than other people getting in your way. A lot more times you're in your own way than other people. And I get it that this woman is trying to empathize that men have a lot of these pressures. And like I said, it's beautiful that she sees things that way. But we cannot see things that way. We should not see things that way. Because then we're going to be like, oh yeah, babe, you're right. I'm just going to take the day off and I'm not going to do anything. And my girl told me, hey, take the day off today, relax. And I told myself, I'm going to take the day off. It's Sunday. You know, like, let me just chill. But look at me, still doing this shit, still working. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I just have to do something, bro. I just have to.
Right? I'm saying you can't sit as a man and afford the luxury of saying, I have a mental health issue today. I'm sad today. I'm stressed today. I'm emotional today. I can't work, because you will lose against the men who don't do that. And the male world is more competitive than you could possibly imagine. And it's the women who pick the winners. So I find it very interesting that a woman sits here to me and says, no, men are allowed to sit around and do fuck all and feel sad. And those are the men they ignore when they DM.
No.
Those are the men they ignore. They ignore them all.
No.
Yes. Bro, you just W after W after W, bro. Yo, I understand this can be pandering or whatever, like patronizing or whatever the fuck the word is, where it's like, I'm basically simping over this dude. But yo, you just gotta give a man, you gotta give respect where it's due, bro. You have to give respect where it's due. And dude is talking straight W's, bro. Like, I just don't. Oh, fuck, dude. That's crazy.
Actually, can I just chime in here? So, for example, everything you've said, you've possessed, you've proved your point, right? But as a high-value woman, if I respect and love my partner, I'm not putting that pressure. I would say, babe, do you know what? You can have a little rest. Like, there are women that actually enable men to process that emotion.
Agreed.
But yeah, so we'll still go back.
You see, and I like that. You want that in a girl, bro. Nobody's saying that women shouldn't feel that way. What we're saying is that it's great that women feel that way. I have that in my life, but we just don't want we just don't want men to be that way. We don't want men to be subdued by that mentality.
So tomorrow, okay.
Agreed.
Let's go back to work. But there are...
And the greatest time for a woman to do this is when she sees that her man, his ego is up above him. And instead of addressing the ego, she tells the man, oh, babe, take the day off. Just relax. Just chill a little bit. You've been going so hard. Just take one day. Relax. Calm down. And it's like, that's when I can be like, fuck. She recognizes what I'm doing. Maybe the world doesn't recognize what I'm doing, but she does. So you know what? She's right. Babe, I'm going to listen. I'm going to take a step back. I can clear my head out and, and really enjoy my time with her. And like, that's where you build that moment. It's like, there's times when a woman should do this, and there's times when a woman is just doing it too often. And it's like, that's where she has to find that balance in nurturing and caring.
Good women out there that don't put that pressure. I feel like your reality on women is warped because of a certain caliber of women. Yes, it is.
I agree. You're right. But you're missing a very vital point of that story. You're right. But as a high value woman, before you say to that man, you can have a day off and you're allowed to be sad today, you will only even get with him. Let me change that. You will only even acknowledge he exists if he's ignored how he feels 99% of the time before that. Because if he was sad most of the time before,
And the truth is, that's also what creates that narcissistic persona, right? That you're seeing right now on the screen, is that when he ignores that 99% of it. But at the end of the day, just look at what he's accomplished and look at what most men that ignore that 99% mentality of the time, look at what they've accomplished, bro. Like every single person, bro, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, all these people, they put a lot of time, bro, and sacrificed a lot of the things that they wanted to do, but didn't because they wanted to achieve something greater.
Before that, he never would have got to a place where he could attract a woman like you. The man who works in Starbucks, who's sad all the time, you won't reply to him. Neither will any other female. So for women to come along and pretend they give a fuck about the fact that most men are basically invisible. There is not a female on the planet who's invisible today. You can be a 4, overweight, fat, you'll still go to the club and get attention. 99% of the men go to the club and nobody even fucking talks to them. If they try and talk to a girl, they get blanked and ignored and told to. Most men are absolutely and utterly invisible. This is the truth about masculinity, right? It's very easy for women to sit here and complain about the top 2% of men because I dealt with this guy, he's arrogant, blah, 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 blah. Most men don't even fucking exist. They send 10,000 DMs and never even get read, let alone replied to. So if you just sit here and say, I'll get a G, a big G, a boss, a millionaire, and let him have a day off, very nice of you. I'm sure you would. Yeah. But if a guy who wanted to have days off all the time.
Bro, you see, bro, just W after W after W, bro. We've just come full circle from the beginning of the little clip that I saw to this now, and it's just fucking wow, bro. Great interview. This is really entertaining.
He never would have got important enough in the first place to attract a woman like you, and that is the reality. As a man, it's player versus player. It's ultimately competitive, and as a man, you have to outcompete the other men who are prepared to get up and do it anyway. That's how it works. There's no such thing as saying I'm sad, I need 2 weeks off. Not as a man if you want to be important. Maybe as a chick, you can always put more foundation on and be hot again. Great. Not as a man. If you want to be important as a man, you have shit to do. You have duties. This is how it exists. This is how it's always been.
If you love this expertly renewed text, hold on back.
Status-driven society, bruh. Status. He's right. He's just right. Most women will just ignore. Will just ignore us.
Why are you wearing glasses?
Sunglasses.
Oh, we finally got to the glasses. That's what he was gonna say.
Right.
We are inside. Very perspicacious of you. I have bad eyes.
You have bad eyes.
I have bad eyes because after so many fights in the ring, I had a retina detachment, and there's a lot of bright lights here, and it makes my eyes very uncomfortable. I don't want to squint on camera, so I'm wearing sunglasses. So if you want to continue to make fun of my medical condition.
What?
Wow, bro. You see, that was that moment where he really opened up into something meaningful. He could be lying. I don't know. But he obviously did fight in the ring, and when you get punched in the face enough times, you could have a retina thing. So maybe it could bother him, bro. I don't know. I mean, look at Michael Bisping, look at Jeff Whiteside, bro. Well, Jeff Whiteside didn't fight, but I should.
I make fun of it.
You just tried. I know you just tried. No, it's fine. No, it's fine.
No, it was a genuine question.
Making her feel uncomfortable, you see?
Yeah. Just try to make more money. It's fine. Versus men's mental health, but if you got retina detachment, it's fine. No, ha ha ha.
Actually,
it's funny.
You see, and that's how men look like when they just become that insecure, bro. He's obviously playing it up, but it's like that's what a guy could look like if he just allows himself to just be so self-deprecating, bro. It's just unattractive.
Now,
actually, I was asking you because eye contact is important to gauge conversation.
Is it? Do you want to look in my eyes?
Like how we're enjoying. Yeah.
Let me see. Give it a few minutes.
It's etiquette, isn't it?
It is. You're right. It's polite.
Perfect.
It's polite.
Can we do a cheers with the glasses off? Cheers.
To detach retinas.
You see what I like? You see what I like? Look at how she cheered, bro. Look at that. Look. Compromise, bro. Compromise. Yo, who knows? They might be a cute couple, bro. I kind of ship it, bro. Honestly. Like, I kind of ship it, bro.
Cheers.
Are you happy?
I think that money buys freedom and freedom buys happiness. I think that the rich people of the world, the number one most intelligent thing they did was convince poor people that money isn't happiness. And I think they did that to prevent revolts. I'm not saying money is the only thing that can make someone happy. I'm not saying money alone will make you happy. But money is certainly a factor to happiness.
Yeah.
It's kind of, you agree, right? It's like water, right? Water won't make you happy. But if you have no water after a week, you need water. It's all you think about, right? It's the same deal. You can't go without it. So the rich people always say, money doesn't buy happiness. But do they ever give their money?
You know, it's so funny. And I've talked about this in my podcast, but this is literally when I was going hiking with my girl. And the first time we did it, we had water, we had everything, we had a bunch of stuff. It was hard and it was great. The second time, the trail wasn't as hard, but we had like this much water, bro. We had to split it between each other and we made it last the entire way. And we fucking felt so grateful for having that little bit of fucking water, bro. You have no idea, dude. You have just no idea how grateful you are until you're in a situation where you cannot walk to a deli 5 minutes away or 10 minutes away or walk to the sink to get some water. You have to walk an hour and a half all the way down and just in this hot sun while you're sweating and tired and just craving that little bit of water, bro. It's something so beautiful in moments like that.
Way.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So you give your money away?
I have a charity, which I own, which takes care of street dogs in Romania. So I rescue dogs.
That's really lovely.
Thank you. See? We're getting along now.
Yeah, that's really nice. See? Look, it's much better.
That's
like,
right.
do charity work, glasses are off.
All right. Now I want y'all to gauge something in this right here. Okay, look at his feet, bro. Look at his feet. Look at the way he's kind of crossing his feet. That's where he's being a little more empathetic. He's actually starting to like her. Her feet still engaged. You know what I'm saying? Still like I'm not too sure about this guy, but before the entire time, and I've been engaging his feet. He's been outward. Okay, he's been like this, like a duck, like this way. His feet were like this, all right, planted. Sure of himself. Now he's like, crossing them a little bit. So it's like, it's interesting to gauge that.
So actually connecting with a real human.
I'm a real human.
You look really nice. Yeah, and you smell nice.
Thank you. I'm, dressed up for you, of course.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to see someone make the effort,
Where I'm from, in Eastern Europe, I always wear a suit because we can carry weapons over there. Here in London, it's a little bit different. We have to take security with us. But where I'm from, you have the jacket because you have the strap. It's different game.
So do you walk around with a weapon? No.
Not flexing. Not flexing nothing.
Yeah.
Enemies are watching. Listen, I'm ready. Let's leave it at that. But I'm very security conscious
This is
now.
my weapon right here.
And I think that there's a difference between fighting and violence. And even though I'm a professional fighter, if you want to be a professional violence, you need a weapon at some level.
Okay.
That's my answer.
Interesting. Just imagine in these scenarios, we are together. Okay. What would you do if I wanted to start an OnlyFans?
I don't think there's anything intrinsically wrong with women doing OnlyFans. As long as I had influence and control over it.
What do you mean? Do you be the photographer and get the angles, yeah?
No. I'm not doing any real work, but just like taking all the money. If my chick said, I want to do OnlyFans, I'm like, all right, then cool, go do it. How much you made? 10 grand. All right, give me 8. All right, cool. All right.
What woman is going to give you 8 grand?
Because you're my woman, you're doing OnlyFans, you're selling my product. What the fuck?
Your product.
Yes, correct. Next question.
Next question.
Product. Like, do you own me? No, sorry. Like,
It's so funny. Me and my girl were having this conversation yesterday because I showed her this little clip. Yo, Zelda, sit. Down. I love you, but down. So you go respect, all right? But It's funny because we were talking about OnlyFans, and OnlyFans is the reason why he said it that way. And I know it definitely sounds misogynistic. I know I'm not excusing him for it, but the perspective that I see logically and why he said it that way is because like when a girl gets in a relationship with a guy, when you guys get into a relationship, it's you guys are making a verbal agreement on who is the dominant and the submissive one in the relationship, and you guys are choosing to come together and build something together, right? So that's why he's saying basically like that's my product, because like you verbally agreed to be with me, you verbally agreed to be mine, and I am yours, right? So it's like, yeah, like we kind of own each other in that sense, and like, but women obviously conflate or misconstrue this because it I don't even want to say they misconstrue it because it sounds exactly what it sounds, and it is exactly what it sounds like. It's like he owns you, bro. And there's a woman just doesn't want to feel like she's owned because then she feels like her value is being degraded or being attacked. And the truth is it's not. That's just what you agreed to without realizing it.
Your ego is a bit too big. You don't own me. I'm not a product. I'm not an object. Okay, Mr. Tate?
No, but your emotions are.
I'm just answering it.
I don't know if you're being serious.
I'm totally serious. How would I let my chick do OnlyFans and keep all the money? That's disrespectful.
What woman is ever going to give you that?
Then she better not do OnlyFans. Duh.
Oh my God.
You see, it's chess, not checkers, bro. It's chess, not checkers, bro. He's the way he works, the way his brain works, bro. It's just like, okay, conflict. I'm gonna say the craziest thing, but then it's all gonna come together in the end if you've really been listening to everything I said. Like, it's funny as hell.
That upset her, didn't it? It upset her to say that you're mine, and if you're mine and men want to pay for it, then the money is mine. But that's the basic dynamic of a relationship. You're mine. So if you want to sell what is mine, that's fine. But I need to.
Oh, bro, you say all the things I'm saying before he even says it. It's insane, bro.
What would you do if I couldn't cook?
That's fine. We eat out every day. No problem. I haven't had a home cooked meal in years anyway.
No way.
No, I eat out nearly every day, 3 times a day.
Oh my God.
Always traveling, always moving. Even when I'm home, it's the same restaurants. So.
Do you ever want to just settle down? I feel like your life just seems like it's just really fast paced. Do you not want just a nice woman?
If she cooked for me, that'd be beautiful, but it's not a deal breaker.
Okay, I like that. What if I earned more money than you?
Impossible.
Never know.
Oh, this is a great topic, bro. It's a great topic because what to do when and this is something that I've talked about with my boys and you know, people that have actually been in relationships, and it's like what to do when a woman earns more money than you. And it's like, as long as I don't think a woman cares exactly how much money you have. It depends on the gap. And I'm not too sure and knowledgeable on this. So I'm going to go off I think and I feel, okay? Because that is really why I want to listen to the conversation. But from other people's perspective, what they will say is basically like, oh, my father and my mother, right? They've been together in a long relationship and they raised me and it was all great. And my mother and my father was a masculine, in charge of the household, and he was a masculine role figure, right? But my mom, there was a certain point where my mom earned more money, right? And you know, my father was down on his luck. You know, economy was bad. He made some bad moves. He made some poor decisions, and then boom. But they were still able to build together, and he was still the alpha of the household. Yes, this can still play, and I completely agree, and I think that most people can relate to that, right? But I think the problem is that when a guy is down on his luck and he's giving up and not choosing to do anything, that's when the woman will stop respecting you, and that's when she will gain more of a dominance and more of a masculine figure in the household, and that's when your relationship will slowly start to deteriorate.
Really?
Literally impossible.
Is it impossible?
Literally impossible. Numbers don't go that high.
Tired of using your gross mouth.
God damn, I hate it, bro. I should have just talked because I didn't get to see the fucking ad, bro. God dang. But W, let's go back to the interview.
Reboot.
All right, next question. It's impossible for her to earn more money than me simply because of her ethos towards life. Her ethos towards life is about moments and memories. My ethos towards life is about conquest. And those are very, very different things. I completely understand that she enjoys.
I think what he's trying to say is, or what I know he's trying to say is that men spend time looking forward and creating the narrative and putting the vision out there, as to oppose where a woman is trying to, you know, gather everything that's happened and look back and try to apply it, you know, take the past memories and try to apply it towards what's happening now, instead of really focusing on the future. Because the guy, again, like I said, he's leading and the woman's following. So she's trying to make sure that that all the shit is coming along and being built up properly with us, as opposed where the guy is planning ahead and trying to strategize and always forward thinking. That's how I was able to be active.
Things which are not congruent with trying to conquer Earth. She wants time off. She wants holidays. She wants to enjoy time with friends. She wants to do a bunch of things that don't make money. I want to make money. It's impossible she could ever earn more than me because we have completely different life philosophies.
What would you do if I didn't like your lifestyle?
What aspect of my lifestyle?
Then, unfortunately, she would have to leave, and then he would just have to find another girl. And that's honestly what I believe most men should do, because you cannot let a woman completely change the way you live, and you cannot mold yourself into her relationship. If you're the dominant male in the relationship, then she has to be willing to come into the relationship, and she has to mold herself towards your lifestyle. There are times where it happens the other way around, but remember, in that sense, that's when you're going to start to feel a lot more submissive as a man, and you're going to start to feel a lot more simpy, and you feel like you're going to start putting a lot more of a pedestal, and she's going to have a lot more of the masculine figure. That's why whenever I ask a guy in a relationship that's living with his girl, I ask him, who owns the house? Whose apartment is it at the end of the day? If you guys decide to break up, who's staying and who's leaving? For the most part, it's usually the man who owns the apartment, and if he wants the girl out, then it's going to be very hard for him to kick her out. But she's not the one that owns it, and she's not the one that's paying full price for it.
Too flashy for me, flying around too much. Maybe I just want you to just slow down. It's a bit too fast paced.
I understand. And I would respect the point of view.
So what are you doing?
I don't think I'd listen. My lifestyle got me to where I am, and I'm a sovereign individual who lives in the way he...
And look back. Look at the feet right there. Look at it. Again, apart, place down, really affirming his belief. You know what I'm saying? Not going back, not shaking the hands, kind of staying firm as to what he's doing. And they haven't even drunk a lot. Interesting.
Believes true. I would listen and I would understand it and I would do my best to accommodate, but I don't think I would change. If you were to say, look, you can't do this anymore, I'd say, oh, I'm going to do it anyway. Sorry. You know, I'll try and make you feel better about it, but it's going to happen.
What if your family didn't like me?
That's no big deal.
Not a big deal?
Nah.
It's not a big deal, bro. Like there's a test if there's a girl that you want to be your girlfriend, you don't ask her to be your girlfriend. You literally just show her to your friends and family, and then you gauge her response and how she acts around them. That's her true test as a wife, as a girlfriend. Okay, this is what I did in my relationship, so this is what I know works, and this is how I vet, other girls around my friends, and I'll see how she engages with them, and I'll see how she talks to them, and I'll see if she even cares to be there. Because if she doesn't by the slightest bit, then she's not wifey. I am clapping and I am out, boy. Just saying.
Person I'm super close with is my brother.
Okay.
And my brother wouldn't dislike you unless he had a reason, like a genuine reason. And if he disliked you, I'd dislike you. So then the game over anyway. Not because he disliked you, but because we have the same standards of life. There's no way he could dislike you without me disliking you.
So there's literally like two of you that have these mad views.
My views are not mad. What have I said so far? What have I said so far? Women shouldn't be hoes. Man should have some authority because he should take care of his chick. Chicks shouldn't talk to a bunch of dudes.
Why are you shouting?
It's important for the mic.
No, it's not, because Joe
and that's it. That's all I've said. And you're saying I got crazy views.
But don't they say like the loudest person in the room is the weakest?
Am I weak now?
No, but I'm just saying, don't people say that?
Let's have an arm wrestle.
I'm not doing an arm wrestle.
People do say that, and you see, this is her trying to challenge him. This is her trying to challenge him about saying like, oh, he's being too loud. He's like I said, he's obviously trying to be a presence. You're not going to do this in real life. Like I don't think you should, because again, you come off as like too negative, too conflative, and a girl doesn't want that kind of toxicness in her life, like especially not a girl like her. So obviously, if this was a real like date situation and they'd really go out on a date, like he wouldn't be acting this way. But he's doing this because he's on camera. Obviously, he's trying to make a point, and he's trying to get clipped because he knows he's going to get clipped, because that's what affiliate marketing is in HU3. Hustle University.
Come on, I want to see it. Come on. No. You look strong.
Look, I'm a nice feminine lady who doesn't like to do these activities, okay? What would you say if I wanted to invite other people into our sex life?
Well, obviously, I'm going to ask if it's boys or girls. But even then, even if it was girls, it'd be weird.
Oh, it's so funny.
I think it'd be a bit strange. If I had a girlfriend, she said, I really want you to f this chick, I'd be like, this is not the normal feminine mindset. Must not like.
Wow, that's interesting. That is interesting. That I did not even think of that yet, bro. It's like if you're trying to have a threesome and the girl's more into it than you are, is that a red flag? I don't know. Let's see what Andrew Tate says. I mean, it could be and it won't be. And you know, in a sense of if she's really initiating it and she's really into girls, and you know, would she cheat on you with a girl, right? Emotionally cheat on you with a girl. So that's where it could become a red flag, and like, you know, that's her taking a lot more of her masculine energy to go and approach these women and get them and not include you, you know. But if she's including you at first, and it's kind of like she's just trying to build something, maybe she's just trying to be curious. So let's see.
It just seemed odd to me. Something would be up.
I'm really surprised by that answer. I don't know why. I feel like you'd be the type of person that would want loads of threesomes and stuff and feel like, yes, this lifestyle, I'm the man.
Sex in and of itself is boring. Any man who sits and says that sex is great or sex is fun just clearly hasn't had enough sex, because sex is boring. Sex is a chore.
Nah, damn, bro. No, I disagree. I disagree, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's only boring, I guess, if you have so much of it where it feels like a job, which maybe that's what he's going through. But it's like, you know, if you look at every single experience you have and you're trying to build upon it and you're not trying to do it every single day, 3 times a day, then yeah, it's a chore. But if you take your time with it, you spread it out, and you tease her mind, you play with her a little bit, you know, and you kind of like almost build the tension beforehand, and then you make it count, you make it work, like you make it something for yourself, then it's like, that's where it's beautiful, that's where it's strong. That's where sex is like fun.
Food. You don't really care unless you're really hungry, and then you eat and then you don't care again. And it's one of those things you do every once in a while because it's an urge. But it's not a real big deal. Like every person needs food and every person likes food.
Have you ever been in love?
Completely. But
you're talking about having sex and making love.
Yeah.
Different.
No. If you're in love, you might want sex more often. You might be hungry more often. My point is that if you're someone who goes through life and only talks about and cares about food, it's a bit weird. Same thing with sex. Sex is something that happens, and it happens between people who love each other, and it's a great thing, but it's not the be all and end all of life. It's really not that great. I don't think sex is the most stimulating and interesting thing in the world, doesn't it?
Okay, so yeah, I respect that. You know what I'm saying? I respect that, where he's just not trying to make it the top priority. And I agree. It's like you want to be like leveled with your views on sex. You know, you don't want to be a sex addict.
Matter who the girl is, doesn't matter if you love her or not. I don't think it's the greatest, best thing in the world. Any dude who's out here is like, wow, 2 pairs of tits. Just hasn't fucked very much.
But I am curious as to like all the things that he has done or has tried. I don't know. I mean, dude is like 35 or like 40. I don't know. I'm fucking like 25, so 26.
Who gives a shit?
Do you think you've overachieved so much already? This is why you're kind of like
jaded? No. I just think that men who are super interested in sex or sexual fantasies of these things are men who are semi-deprived. You have an abundance of food. If you have a fridge full of food all the time, you don't eat all the time. Sometimes you just don't want to. It's always there, right? Yeah. But if you're starving, as soon as food appears, you're all over it. It's the same with sex. Any dude is like, wow, threesome, okay, I need. It's a guy who's deprived. A guy who has as much as he wants all the time ain't going to be really that interested in it.
So you're comparing women to food.
Correct.
That is interesting. Well, you see, she just takes every comparison. It's like, oh, you're just comparing women to this and this. He's trying to compare the analogy towards other things. There's nothing wrong with that, bro. There's nothing wrong with that as long as he can explain it. He's just trying to get you to understand it because you understand food. So he's just trying to share his perspective, and you're just trying to shame him for it. So it's like, that's a red flag in a woman, bro. She keeps trying to like, shame him for these things, and it's just like that doesn't create like, that's why she's single, bro. That's because she just tries to shame every single thing that he said. She's trying to do that. And it's like, you don't want to be with anybody like that. That's why she can't find a high value man and keep him around, because she just keeps trying to shame him. And the dude's like, yo, I'm going to find a woman that's not going to shame me. And I'm out, bro. I already smashed. Like, it was good. Not enough to keep me around. You're getting older. Bye. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I keep seeing happening in this date, bro. Like, she's good. She's bad. She's smart. I like her energy, I like where a lot of her expression is coming from, but it's like she has to understand as well that she's just being so shameful and negative about everything he's saying without really trying to open up and listen. And I guess she's understanding the concepts, but she just is conflicted. It's conflicted. And I think it comes from a confliction within herself.
What would you do if I was going on girls' holidays every other month?
I'd have to shut that down. I think it's disrespectful.
Do you go on a lot of holidays?
I can do whatever I want.
We're not actually going to go there with this bullshit.
What do you mean bullshit?
Double standard shit. This man has so many double standards. Like, it actually doesn't make sense. I think he honestly believes, like, his own rubbish.
You see, I agree with her frustration. I understand, you know, like, I guess she's really looking for a partner, you know, that's going to be completely equal to her. And, you know, there's a reason why she hasn't found it yet. I think her standards are too high and too unacceptable, and she's not really willing to change anything. She's not really willing to change any part of how she thinks. You know, so it's like, that's why you're single, honey. You know, it sucks. You know, and if you really want to stay affirmed to your beliefs, then you just have to date down, which is like, you have to date a guy that's going to put you more on a pedestal. And like, where's that guy at? Like, there's a bunch of guys out there that will date you with all your beliefs and will not change anything about you. So why aren't you with them?
It's not double standards.
Yes, it is.
There's different standards.
But I'm saying, but if you're out every month doing this, doing that,
correct,
I'm going to do the same to keep myself entertained and occupied.
No.
Yes, what you think I'm going to wait at home for you?
Yes.
And just wait there and look like an idiot. Then probably see you upload on Instagram. Here's this lifestyle to learn and see you with loads of women around you.
You don't look like an idiot. You look like a loyal woman. As you should.
No, it's like, you know, that's where I would agree, bro. Like you can't apply these things to your life, because like, you don't want a woman to just sit there and do nothing and be miserable all day. Like, you don't want that, bro. Nobody wants that from life at all. So I can understand that from her perspective. You know, it's just like these are the parts of the conversation that like is just completely unrelatable, because you have to live that kind of lifestyle to really understand what they're saying. So it's like, these are not things that you can really apply to your life until you get to that level. And what she's saying, it actually makes a lot more sense.
There's no way I would allow there's no way I would allow you to go on all these girls' holidays. That's very disrespectful. I'm a territorial man. That does not mean jealous or insecure. It means I care about you. Anything I care about, I want to protect and love. It doesn't matter how much you love me back. Doesn't matter if no man on earth could talk you into bed. It's not about that. It's about the disrespect.
It's okay for you to disrespect me.
It's not disrespectful for me to go on holidays or go work with my boys.
My holidays are work trips.
No, they're not. That's impossible. You're not running the world like I am. That's bullshit.
How do you know?
I know these things. Don't lie to me.
This is what I'm saying.
You see, like that's where he is being a little ignorant, man. And this is where I gotta give Tate the L, bro. I'm sorry. I gotta give Tate the L. I agreed with the first part he said, where it's like, you know, like, I want to be caring. I want to make sure my girl's protected. That's why I don't want her like traveling and all this shit. But like, you know, it's okay for me just because I say it is. Like, you know, you got to recognize when you're taking your own L's, bro. Just saying.
Don't lie to me. It's absolutely disrespectful for a woman to be with a man and then want to run around with her girls and pretend she's still single. She shouldn't even want to. The fact she even...
You see, I agree with that. I agree with that, though. I do agree with that.
Asked to go in and of itself is disrespectful. I shouldn't... But
it's like, should a guy do the same thing, bro? Because it is disrespectful to them as well. So I can also understand that. That is something where I think most people can compromise on, instead of just being like, no, like, you have to compromise. And it's like, both of y'all should just not go and travel out with like just your friends, like, all the time. Like, you know, there should be sometimes, but not all the time.
I have to tell her not to do that.
Listen, I'll call all of my girls and go on a girls' holiday just to piss you off, mate. What if I went on holiday?
And that's why you're single. It sucks, but it's true, bro. It's true. And a guy could do that and then he won't be single, bro. It just sucks. It's true.
That's why I see you with the girls.
You wouldn't want to.
I definitely would.
No, you wouldn't. No, you're with me. You don't want to. We go on holidays together. We go places together. When I have to go places with just the boys, you stay home. You do not go on girls' holidays. It's disrespectful. I find it disrespectful. It's like a slap in the face.
How is it?
Because why would you want to do that if you're with a man you love? You wouldn't want to do that. I shouldn't even have to tell you not to do that.
So you're going to have me just at home looking stupid whilst you're doing that lifestyle?
How do you look stupid?
Yeah, but I'm saying, if you're...
See, the thing is that, like, as a girl is going out and doing her thing, like... You see, I agree, bro. Like, it could be a red flag if she really wants to do that all the time and, like, just with her girls and not include you. That is definitely a red flag. Because why would she, like, it's like I said before, like, with the whole concept of the relationship. Like, she's subconsciously agreed that you are hers and she is yours. So, you know, but there is that double standard where it's like, you know, like I said, you just keep getting back to the double standard. And it is a little confusing.
Just gonna go up and do...
You're obsessed with people thinking you look stupid.
I'm obsessed with the double standard.
No, people will look at you and go, wow, She is a loyal.
But he's also obsessed with people making him look stupid. So.
Wife.
But that's for you and not ego. But this is for your, it's not about obeying.
Yeah, it is. She loves her man. She doesn't need to go on none of these girls' holidays to Ibiza, run around being a hoe. She's over all that shit.
I think it could just be like women just go on holiday to have fun.
And men will try and sleep with you.
So doesn't mean the women are.
Correct.
This is what I'm saying.
Agreed. No, agreed.
No, but you have to walk to reality.
It's not what reality is. We agree.
Yes, you do. Okay.
We agree.
Okay.
No, you're not moving on to the next question. No, we agree. Okay. We agree. You're right. They're going to try and you're not going to let them. I agree. If I walk out to the car park, it doesn't matter how good the locks are on my car. If someone's trying to break into my car, am I going to let them keep trying? No. It's disrespectful. It's mine, and no one comes near it because it's mine. No one's going to try and steal it. For me to, I'll put it in a place where people are going to try and steal it.
And where I understand where he's coming from is more like he's trying to set his life up so that so people don't try to take his girl away from him. But as all guys who've dated hot girls know that it's impossible, right? As soon as she goes outside, there's going to be a guy that tries to holler at them, bro. You're not going to sit here and beat every single guy up over it. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to keep them at home, stayed up, locked up all day. It's just not viable. It's like, it's inhumane to really feel like she'd have to do that. But also, like, he's not saying that he should force her. He's saying that it's already a red flag if she just thinks that way. And he's not going to ask her. He's just going to dip. Like, so, you know, and that's the way he wants to run his life, bro. So you gotta respect that too, you know. And then that's the way she wants her life to be ran, and you gotta respect that as well. But at the end of the day, they're both not in relationships. So they're both not willing to compromise.
Irresponsible. My female is taken care of and has a fantastic life. She does not need to go on holidays to Mykonos and be a hoe on some random table. Some random table because her friend met some dude on. Stay home. Stay home.
But it's not. But
see, that's a fact, bro. That's a fact, bro. Like, if she's going out with other friends that are also single, it's harder, bro, because she's gonna, you know, her single friend is gonna try to find other guys, bro, and then she's there, and now she has to make a choice, and now she doesn't know if she's gonna fuck up or not, and it's like I said, women make decisions off emotion. So if they're going through something with their guy at that moment, then guess what? They're going to emotionally fuck up. And guess what? It all came from you going on a fucking trip. Dumbass. So now you're single now, and now you're getting older, and now you can't find the guy that you had everything with because you decided to take one fucking trip. I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. But again, like I said, they're both not in relationships. They're both not trying to maintain a relationship. They both don't even fucking know what they're talking about.
This is like, I feel like you're enabling to this whole like controlling and manipulating.
It's not controlling.
Yes, it is.
But
the way you just said it, yeah, with that kind of like
tenacity.
Yeah, like for me, it's just
It's not controlling to say to your woman,
okay,
if you want a holiday, we'll go. Yeah, the way I said it angered you because everything I say is deliberately designed to anger you.
You have this power and control issue, and I feel like it's just mad.
It's
like,
not power and control.
Holiday with your friends is not an unreasonable thing. It's a normal thing. Women should be able to do it
in some relationships.
Okay,
but in my relationship,
just not in this one.
Yeah,
okay,
correct.
Cool. What would you do if we just met and we've had a one night stand and I've got pregnant?
The baby's innocent, right? I'd look after the child. It depends on a lot of scenarios afterwards. I'd make sure the child's financially taken care of. If you were prepared to be a loyal woman, I'd make sure you were taken care of. If you're going to start sleeping with other dudes, whatever, then it's your problem.
And you see that's the thing about like being a high value man is that like that's why I guess you can sleep with multiple women and most men can't because they cannot afford all the babies that come out of that. But if you're a high value man with a lot of money, then it's like you can afford to like raise a child like, on the side and make sure he's provided for, right? I guess that's the way they justify it. I've never seen this aspect, and as a person who was raised with no father figure. I would still say it's fucking like, you know, ignorant and kind of dumb to just go about life thinking that you can get a bunch of girls pregnant and just provide for them and then not really care about the actual child. You know? So it's like, you know, like it does affect the child, bro. I'm not gonna lie, it does affect the child. So it's like... And as they grow older, they will resent you for it, and your greatest fall will be that child. So that's where that pride and that ignorance kind of goes to show. Just saying.
Baby's your problem, so your problem. But if you're going to be loyal to me still, then I take care of you. But if you're going to start saying, oh, no, I got a new man now, cool, he can pay the bills, and it's not my problem.
No, when you have a child, that's your
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
responsibility.
No, but if you want
That's why you have to be so fucking careful about the girl that you knock up, bro. You have to be careful with the dick you slaying, bro. You have to be careful, bro, because you don't understand that your life is already on the rapid decline. If you want to maintain a beautiful, happy, healthy relationship, bro, it's going to be a lot. You're putting the challenges in front of you, and it's a lot harder financially and all these things. So it's like before you want multiple women, you have to understand what you need as a man and what you're going to provide for it. And you can't just be ignorant about knocking girls up like Genghis Khan.
It's an accident, right? So you shouldn't be punished in life, and the child's absolutely and utterly innocent. I would take care of you completely. And I'd take care of the child completely. And I'd always want to see the child. But if you were to say now, after let's say a year or 2 years, whatever, I have a new man now, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, all right, cool. Kids with me twice, 2 days a week, whatever it is. I'll make sure the kid's looked after. But I'm not financing you in another man's lifestyle. I'm not just sending money to your bank at random and just making sure that you and this dude, whoever he is, are going on holiday and whatever. I'll take care of the child while he or she is with me. And I'll always see the child. But if you have a new man, you have a new man. You ain't my problem anymore. You go pay your own rent.
No, but I feel like you still need to cover some sort of responsibility there. It's not, I'm not asking you to pay my whole rent, I'm just saying.
Okay, some sort, yeah, but some sort is a reasonable balance.
Saying, I agree with what you're saying.
That's what I'm going to say. Some sort is like a compromise, you know what I'm saying? Because there is a kid there that needs to be taken care of, bro. And now how much money do they need? That's where it's just left up to the courts. At the end of the day, I was raised by a single mother who didn't get a single dime from my father, but got money from the government, which really helped a lot in her situation. So you see, bro, like this is where there's these gray areas when you want to live that kind of lifestyle.
They're going to come along and say, oh, you're rich, give me 10 G's a month, and you're fucking some next dude. And the answer's no.
But with that scenario, how do you know women aren't going to try and trap you?
I'm not a fool.
I would go to yoga, but
See, it's so smart. It's like when you're that kind of guy, bro, you have to be very selective of the women that you're spending your time around, because like he said, like, you know, the attention that you're giving these women will hustle. Women who are hustlers, like that J-Lo movie in strip clubs, bro, they're going to try to take and squeeze every dime out of you because you feel so sure of yourself. And this is another combat thing that you have to combat these women, bro, away from your life. It's crazy. And they'll use sex as a weapon. Hello, Mom, I'm busy. I'll call you later. I love you, okay? Bye. I'm busy. Bye. I love her, bro. Bro.
Yeah, I do.
I'm trying to finish this.
Do you like receiving it?
I'm trying to finish this interview. God dang it. Okay.
Good question. All right.
Yeah, I do. You don't? Do you like receiving it?
Absolutely.
Not another one.
Don't, my dear, listen.
Oh, here we
It's
go.
been a long evening, and it's been very enjoyable. Let's not start talking about how men and women are different again. You know, you're yes, I'm no, it's fine. We're opposites, okay? It's how it should be.
All these questions are just so combative, and they're just making it combative, and they're not even trying to be in a relationship. So it's kind of pointless, but that's why I made this video, so that we can all learn from it and see what we can actually apply to real life.
Women are supposed to do certain things that men can't do. Women are very talented, beautiful creatures. You can give life, we can't do that. It's fine. You can give head, we can't do that. This is not for the G's. I don't know who's out here doing this, but it ain't me. Like, I'm sure there's plenty of men out there who will do it.
Do you not want to please your woman, though?
There's plenty of ways to please a woman without doing that.
That's a big factor. That's a good one, Section 8.
Maybe for you, I think that it's possible to please a woman without it.
Yeah, it can be.
Okay, so I don't think it's something that is conducive to a healthy relationship. It's not something I'm very interested in. Personally,
yeah.
Maybe I'm crazy.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Wow. Are they talking about a woman's orgasm? Because it is important if it is. I didn't read the question. Yes. Would you stay friends with your ex? She said yes. You see, bro, like she really does not understand anything about relationships or any of that shit, bro. Like, she really don't get it at all, bro. Like, she don't understand anything about territory. She don't understand a lot about men. Like, that is wild, bro. Like, the fact that she said yes just goes to show you that she's just not wifey, bro. Like, she can appear like a wife all she wants, but she's not, bro. Like, she's not at all, bro. Like, she's looking for a straight simp, bro. And it's like, and that's where she's conflicted, bro. Because if you really want that relationship, then go for the dude. There are so many out there for you, but you're not choosing them.
No, you wouldn't.
No.
Why?
Why the fuck would I?
You might have maintained like a good relationship.
What? What is this? These lies.
Oh, bro,
That's a lie. You could be like a good woman.
Let's talk about masculine and feminine friendship. I understand why you'd be friends with an ex. Because you can gain things. right? You're friends with that man. He might, I don't know, occasionally buy you some dinner, or he might pick you up.
And it's also kind of like that relationship, I guess. It's that dynamic where it's like you both have a kid, so you both have to kind of be cordial with each other, and that's where it should stay. It should start and end at cordial, and you shouldn't be contacting each other at all for much things, only for things that you absolutely need and that involves the kid. Besides that, it is a high and bye. That is it for both sides.
Or he might help you.
Because he's my friend.
Yeah, it's because he's your friend. Correct.
No things, just a friend.
Yeah, that's right. It's just a friend. He'll do some things for you. As a woman, what things will you do for him?
I'm here. I'm a really good friend, actually.
Chat shit on fucking WhatsApp.
Yeah, she's a great friend, bro. She is great at taking advantage of all the guys that give her the attention, bro. She's great at that. And those guys get what? Nothing.
Else? No, I saw them checking on them. Like the things that I feel like men need, like we do as women.
Men will do real things for you. A female friend won't do shit for you besides try and get attention out of you. That's it. It's a waste of time to have female friends as a man. Complete waste of time. They don't give you anything. Being friends with an ex, I completely understand why she would do it. The man's going to get horny. The man's going to want to message her now and again. The man's going to want to bang her now and again. The man might do favors for her, X, Y, Z, but she ain't going to do nothing for him. So any man who is friends with a woman who is giving his attention without retrieving and receiving what he wants from a female, which is sex. So it's a mistake. It's a mistake to make. If you give something away for free, it has no value. My attention has value. I don't give my attention to people who don't give me what I want in return. It's a waste of time. What's she going to give me? Advice? You think I need advice from some ex? The fuck? What are your advice? She's going to do nothing but sit there and go, hey, babe, and send me the old selfie trying to get attention again. I see her as a liability. I see her as something for me to pay money for someone to pick up, someone to defend if we randomly get an attack on the street, someone to give a shit about without any exchange. And not, what does she give me?
Exchange, advice.
Advice? The fucking, what dude is getting advice from chicks?
No guy, I'm sorry, but no guy cares about a woman's advice, bro. We just really don't, bro. We like the energy and the emotion and the way we feel about it, but we don't care about the actual fucking advice, bro. At the end of the day, I think this is a little arrogant, you know what I'm saying? This is where you can completely separate yourself from me, but I believe that I have all the answers, and I know that I have all the answers. The problem that I have is expressing those answers in myself and trying to deconstruct other people's experiences and applying those to myself. And it's like, that's how I know I have all the answers, because I can Google everything, I can search things up, and I can deconstruct it. And when I talk to other people, I can deconstruct what they're saying in real time when they're in front of me. You get what I'm saying? Like, and that's how I can apply their experiences to my life, but I will never be able to live in their shoes. So it's like their women's advice really doesn't mean much. It doesn't hold a lot of weight because, like I said, they talk in cap a lot of the times. It just doesn't apply. Like, there's a lot of double standards. So a lot of things that women say, a lot of women's advice doesn't apply to a man's life. And that's why it's like almost pointless to listen to a woman's advice most of the time. When it comes to relationships, and anything else, when it comes to business, I completely agree. On an equal level, absolutely. Like women, if a woman has a strategy and analysis and something she learned from, she can absolutely give you advice to improve. I agree with that. But when it comes to relationships, it's just not the same.
Just getting advice from girls. Any man who sits there and goes, my life ain't going right, let me text some chick, is a dumbass. He's a dumbass.
How is he dumbass?
Because you should go to your boys, your team.
No, because boys do this weird, toxic alpha.
It ain't toxic.
Yeah, not your boys, but a team. I agree. A team that you put together that you know that they all have a vetted interest. But it's really yourself, bro. It's not really even your boys. It's really yourself, bro.
Alpha. It really isn't, my dear.
It really is. It really is. Okay.
If a man has a serious issue in his life, he can't go to a woman. If a man goes to a woman with his...
I don't think he should go to his boys either. I think that he should really go, like I said, within. Really go within. And then once he understands himself, then he should be able to go towards the people that he trusts, like his network, like his family even. You know, like whoever's opinion that he really values, that understands what he's going through. And it's like, sometimes it can be a woman, but most of the time it's not going to be. Like, not in terms of relationships, but in terms of problems, you just have to go with the people you trust.
It's not a serious issue. I feel sad my ex left. Some dumb shit.
Yeah, but women can give her...
They're trying to kill me. I need a gun now. You don't text some chick in your phone. You text your boys because it's only your men who can help you. I'm in Ukraine. The Russians have invaded. I need a way out. Who's got a car? Oh, Cheyenne's coming. Peugeot 206. Get fucked. Don't lie to me. Though women can't help you, and women cannot help you.
You see, I like it, bro. You're just like, yo, capping, bro. This is why you capping, and it's a fact, bro. She is capping. In that scenario that he drew out, it's cap. It's for sure cap.
Extreme situation.
But life's extreme. As a man on the edge, life is extreme, my dear. Life is extreme. Yes, life is extreme.
That was no.
That was yes. Don't lie to me.
Oh shit! That is so funny. Arrogance.
It's not about just about.
You see, bro, like that's how you can be arrogant, bro. You didn't even see, just like, yo, she's lying. Oh, and like women will take that and just completely be like, you lost the entire conversation just based off that one little fuck up, bro. And that's what he's trying to say when men live life on the edge, bro. It's just like, it's that simple to just fall off. That one little mistake.
Yes, my point is that when a man and a woman are friends, I think the woman extracts a lot from the friendship and she gains a lot of things. And I don't think the man gains things to an equal value.
But can I just explain? There's actually a lot of women that don't want any.
Oh, what happened, bro? Oh, what happened? Oh, God, what has happened? We have technical difficulties in the studio right now. God dang it. What happened? What has happened here? Oh, okay. It wasn't my phone. It was an actual black screen. There you go. There you go. It was literally a black screen in the fucking video itself.
Because sometimes there's men that possess amazing qualities and you just want to make them greater. That's what women do. We add value to anything we do. But maybe just the women that you're surrounded by probably give you that warped perception. Because maybe they're shit women.
Wrong.
But the women that I know are good women that add value to everyone's life.
Women add value completely. I agree. My point is that if you're a man whose life is in order, and many men don't have a life in order, right? If you're a man and your life's not in order, then maybe you can get advice from a chick, right? Because there's guys. There's guys like this. There's the guys who need their girlfriend or their chick to tell them to stop playing video games, or they need their chick to say, maybe you should go to the gym, like a jackass, right? They need mothers. But if you're a G and your life's in order, right?
You're a G.
Yeah. If you are a G and your life is in order, I'm not saying I am. If your life's in order, everything's going well, you're making your money, you're in good shape, you got a good network, everything's on track. You did it all before you met some chick. It's all on track. The train is on the track. It's heading towards success. You don't need female advice, right? Most of the time when a man and a woman are friends, the female's extracting attention from the friendship, which I don't blame her for, but females love attention. I don't blame, why wouldn't they, right? They're extracting attention from the friendship. They might get picked up, they might get rides.
They're going in circles, bro. They've already had this conversation, bro. Like, it's a little irritating at this point.
Snatches her purse. He has to run after the dude, risk his life now, risk getting stabbed for some chick who doesn't suck dick, blah, blah. Whereas what does the man get from the woman? Advice? Is that it? A woman can't give the man anything outside of a romantic relationship. Inside of a romantic relationship, she can give him love. She can give him care. She can protect his spirit. She can add peace to his life.
Yeah. That's what we can add.
As a romantic partner.
Women can just do that as a friend.
No, they can't. Okay. That is a lie.
Okay. No. Okay. Can a woman do that as a friend? You know, it's like kind of like growing a friendship. You know what I'm saying? So in that sense, I do see it, and I think that he's being a little more arrogant. So like, sorry, I too, but it's an L. It's definitely an L. He's got to call for what it is. You know, it's experiences and living life in the present. It doesn't matter about so much genders in that exact scenario. It's like, can you learn from a friend that's a girl? Absolutely, yes, you can, bro. Like, you shouldn't just see them as just sex objects. Like, and that's where it can get toxic, bro. And that's where you're kind of seeing right here a little bit of mentality. But let's finish hearing what he's saying. Listen.
You lied to me. A woman who is not romantic with the man cannot add genuine peace to that man's life.
Yes, they can.
Fucking lie.
Yes, they
Lying.
can.
Who are you lying to?
Okay, but this is what I'm saying. But you just think women are only good for like...
He's just saying lying, but he has to explain why she's lying. And he's not, and he's failing to do so, which is why I say L.
Just if they're there sexually.
It's not about being there sexually.
Yeah, but it's because they've just like you've just
a woman's job is to spiritually protect her man.
But you can do it with a friend. You can also do that. Listen, I pray for all of my friends. your perception of women is messed up because maybe it's just the certain women that you know.
Stop trying to pretend I know bad women.
No, but I'm saying, that's clearly what it is. That's clearly what it is.
No, it's not.
Because there's plenty.
It's not. I think this is where it's the problem is the arrogance and his pride is a little bit in the way of what he knows. And right now, this is what most men have problem with is trying to explain that. Explain it and make it make sense, you know, and this is where you kind of see him fumbling it up a little bit. So let's see how he gets himself out.
Yeah, but other good women, and this is why for me it's exhausting explaining this to you because there's so many good women.
I can't obtain anything I'm interested in from a friendship with a female.
Okay.
It's no hard feelings to girls. I don't have any female friends, not one.
So it's just more because men would want to fuck their friends.
Men do want to fuck their friends. That's a separate.
Okay, so
men do? Okay, that's a separate thing, all right.
No.
Okay, that's what it is really.
No, that's a separate argument. That's a completely separate argument that we can go into if you want. Every single man wants to fuck his female friend because if all these girls go, he's just my friend. Yeah, put on 20 stone, see if he wants to talk to you. Fuck no. Oh yeah, protect your spirit when you're fat. Oh, you can't do it anymore. You lost your spiritual powers, now you're ugly. Isn't that funny? Ooh, how'd that work out? It's bullshit, man. The man's trying to get laid and the chick's enjoying attention. And I'm telling you that as a man, you obtain nothing from a female friendship. You obtain nothing but responsibility without authority. You're going to sit there and say, I'm her friend. I'm going to take care of her. I'm going to hang out with her. I'm going to take her to the cinema and buy her a ticket and she's going to go home with some other dude. Stupid. I'm not saying I won't be polite to be, hi, nice to meet you. Good to see you. Bye. I'm never going to be like, hey, let's go for dinner. We're just friends.
Why? But friend dates is a thing. This is because this is...
All right, if you're a single guy and you're complaining about, oh, I want a relationship. Why am I not in a relationship? And meanwhile, you are wasting your fucking time going on dinner dates with girls and you're spending money with girls that are going to choose another guy over you, it's like that's where you're innately wasting your time towards what you want. And a woman is cool with it because remember, a woman's asset is her attention. So she's cool with being like, yo, you know, you're a really nice friend. You're really great. I'm so happy that you're taking me out and we're able to share this bonding moment, knowing fully well that she will never, ever sleep with you, especially in that scenario. Meanwhile, you are frustrated because you're like, damn, why can't I get any? You know what I'm saying? It's like if you put yourself in a situation long enough, you're going to start to see that. And that's where it can become toxic. But I don't think you should always just view it that way, if you get what I'm saying. If you're abusing it like that, like if you spend more than 80% of your time with a female going on dinner dates and you're spending 20% of your time going on actual dates, then you're messing up your own life.
No, but this is what I'm saying to you because
you're messing up your own life because you're not getting anything in return. You're not getting what you really want out of life. You're missing your purpose, and that's what can make you depressed. And she clearly doesn't understand that because she's not a guy, and she gets her purpose is to get attention from all these guys. So that's why it works well in her favor, and that's why they're kind of arguing right now.
Normalize, because if you don't have any female friends, you're just basing all your philosophies on just women that you don't even talk to.
Men who pretend to be friends with girls are just trying to get laid because there's nothing else to do with a friendship with a girl but trying to get laid. It's just some beta male bullshit trying to pretend they're getting laid.
Okay,
if they were a G, they'd just try, she'd say no and then move on with their life.
No, they wouldn't.
Yes, they would.
Okay, I've got a long list of good male friends, so we'll just agree to disagree on this.
Put on 10 stone and text them. Good luck.
That is so funny, bro. That is so funny because when a woman says that, I'm always the first. I mean, every guy's always the first one to just be like, all right, literally just text them a bikini pic and text them a bikini pic and be like, hey, I'm horny, can you come over? And then let's see how all those guys respond. Let's see. So stop capping, bro. Stop capping. The ignorance of some women, bro.
War Room.
The War Room is an organization I run for individuals who are trying to escape the Matrix.
Like, so can women join it?
Women love the Matrix.
So what's your Matrix?
No, the Matrix.
The Matrix, or I don't know, whatever you're talking about, basically is just like, well, the Matrix is like a place and where it's set in rules and all of these things, and it's basically keeping us kind of like enslaved to a mentality, right? Or like one way of viewing. And women benefit off this Matrix idea that they're talking about because, like I said, it works well for her. I mean, look at her, bro. Look at her. She is stunning, bro. She looks good. She's great. She's healthy. She's youthful right now. You know what I'm saying? But as she gets older, she's going to be like, I'm getting lonely because I keep combating myself with all these guys and I want a relationship. She has a lot of that feminine energy to give, but she's not willing to really, you know, change your mentality in order to actually be happy and settle down with a guy.
Explain it. I don't understand.
Have you seen the movie?
Yeah.
So we're living inside of a simulation, right? We're all slaves on some level. And I have an organization which helps people.
And also, I know I'm being harsh on the girl, so it's like you can also apply that to Tate. Like he's not looking for a relationship. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to be happy. He might find this. He might find himself at 40, 50 years old being like, yo, I'm lonely, blah blah blah. I want to have kids. But guess what? If he wanted to just change his mentality, he could, bro, and have those kids. As a woman, as she gets older, the risk she takes for having a kid increases, and the attention that she gets decreases. For men, it's the opposite. That's why we're not equal, and that's why it just unfortunately just doesn't work that way.
Achieve the independence from the systems which are designed to constrain us.
So I can join it.
No, women love control. Women love control, and women love systemization.
But so do you.
I love control. What aspects of my life do I enjoy having control?
Well, the way I've been analysing this date.
Okay, analyze it. Yeah, go on.
No, it's just,
I'm interested.
I'm just saying it's a very power dynamic control thing.
I like having sovereignty. I like having control of my own life. I don't like anyone having control over me, and that's what the Matrix does. Whereas females, I don't think have that same mindset towards the world. I don't think women wake up and realize that they live inside of a large penal colony and need to find a way to escape. I don't think they do that.
Yeah, we do.
Do you?
Yeah.
What enslaves humanity?
There's a lot of people that are very conscious to life and situations and stuff. So I feel like it's very small-minded for you to just think that women can't join your matrix.
Well, it's not small-minded because it's mine. So firstly, I'm allowed to do whatever I want.
Okay.
And secondly, I think that my organization runs best without female.
I think that there are also, not even that I think, I know there are also women that feel like they want to be, lesbian women that want to have a lot more of the masculine energy, and that's the role that they want to play, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I think that they should be able to join Hustlers University. So that's where I'm confused by that, bro. I just disagree, bro. Andrew Tate L, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to dick ride the whole ride, bro. I'm going to say how it is and say how I see it.
Male participants. And it's not saying that the female in and of herself will be a bad person or an unworthy participant. I just think the organization is better if it's purely male. For the same reason you don't have women on the front line. When it's all men, you focus on the task. When there's a chick around, there's some showing off, there's some trying to impress the chick. It just dilutes the efficiency.
But I feel like you would attract entitled women.
Maybe to...
So that's what I'm saying. I don't think he's sexist in that sense, but...
Agree, but I also think that like everything in life, there's balance. I would completely understand a woman who said, I won't date broke men. But a woman who would sit here and say, I want X money, I'd already get fucked. So it's a balance, right? I understand why a woman wouldn't want to date a man with no money, but I also would never allow a girl to treat me like a sugar daddy.
What is your type, physically?
There's all types of beautiful women. Beautiful.
Okay, your type.
Beautiful's beautiful. Okay. Beautiful's beautiful. Blonde is beautiful. Brunette is beautiful. There's hot brunettes. There's hot blondes. I don't have a type. To say that I only like one particular type of woman is small-minded. I don't think any man thinks that way.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe we have a preference, but
I don't know, bro. Do I have a type? Yeah, I definitely have a type, bro. I definitely have a type, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I know the type that I'm looking for. In a relationship, though, I have a type for sure. For sure.
Believe in a particular type.
Do you believe you're in bullshit?
I don't think anything I've said to you so far is bullshit. Maybe the shoe thing. That's about it. The rest of it's completely true.
Some of your views are very extreme, a bit misogynistic.
Are they?
And a little bit of an ego.
So if you had a boyfriend, would you have male friends?
I would. But it's just...
Here's the thing, bro, is like we said, bro, women like to throw the word misogynistic around, and if you're a woman watching this and you've made it to this end, I applaud you, because it's really hard to swallow that fucking pill. I get it. Or really understand, a male's perspective, because you're not a man yourself. But misogynistic is when a guy really tries to control you or put you down or manipulate you. He's telling you everything straight up forward and up front and being honest about it. And if you don't want to abide by these rules, then you just leave, bro. The thing is, why most women won't leave is because they're emotionally attached, and that's your choice. That's the risk that you take when you want to be in a relationship with this kind of guy. So, that's not abusive. But when I tell you, hey, you cannot leave because I am specifically telling you not to, and you are with me forever. I don't care what you have to say otherwise. You don't have free will. That is misogyny. That is me literally imposing myself on you and taking away your ability to choose. And how can I do that? By putting cameras in the crib, following your every movement, being a complete control freak. That is what real misogyny is, bro. And then trying to put down every single woman that you see. You know, I mean, there's levels, I guess, to it. I don't think he's really being misogynistic. I think that's just his views and that's his lifestyle. So I don't see it as misogyny. I think there's way worse things. This is very mild.
You've just got to know how to have boundaries with friends. I'm not going to be calling that friend past 8 o'clock.
If your man said, I'm uncomfortable you having male friends and you love me and we're together forever and we're about to have a child or about to get married, whatever, stop talking to them all. Would you stop?
No. I believe in compromise, but not that, because now it's a control issue. End of the day, as long as I make you feel like you're my man, you're my king and everything else like that, that's not on me if you're insecure that I have male friends.
Do you think
that's a you problem.
Do you think that's insecurity?
Yes, it is. It's a you problem.
I don't think that's insecurity.
Okay. It's not insecure then.
Territorial maybe, but not insecurity.
You see, like, why did she do that? Why was she just like, oh, well, it's not secure then? Like, the conversation's over. But, like, really listen to what he's going to say. Like, I honestly, I disagree with him, but I'm like, all right, let me see what he's going to say. Let's just see, you know, so that we can disagree with it afterwards.
Andrew, how do you think you've done on the date?
I think that I've pissed you off at least 4 times. At least.
Yeah.
And I think that I could have said everything in a far nicer way. In terms of purely attracting you, I don't think I've done that well. But it's been an interesting conversation. And I think that us both having an interesting conversation, and you've made me think a few times. I hope I've said things that made you think a few times. And I think that's more important than just purely the attraction. So I've enjoyed myself.
Yeah, me too.
Good.
Oh my God, she's about to say, I was going to say, like, yo, I kind of ship it a little bit, bro. I'm not going to lie. Because you always want a little dynamic. You always want a girl that's willing to challenge you, and you always want a guy that's willing to challenge you, bro. That creates a beautiful relationship. And that's also the kind of relationship that I'm in. So it's like, you know, when you can kind of shed that ego and shed that pride and shed that mentality, bro, just little by little, and just open up to yourselves and create something better. That's the best way to go about it. But obviously, these people are not going to do it. They're both fucking toxic when it comes to relationships. They're absolutely toxic when it comes to living their own lifestyles. Obviously, Andrew Tate is winning, and this girl is fucking doing what she wants until she gets older, and then eventually she's going to be alone and get a fucking dog or some shit. What Kevin, the OG, rest in peace, you know, Kevin Samuels, what he used to say. It's crazy. It just sucks, but it is what it is.
That was hard work.
We actually agree on everything. I was trying my best to say things in a way that she couldn't allow herself to agree with them, but we actually agree on everything. I think she's smart enough to want a man who's in charge of his life, and by extension would be in charge of the relationship, and by extension would be in charge of her. But if you say it in that way, it upsets her.
I don't even know. Mine's a bit like he was just draining, exhausting. Like men like that actually think like that and actually believe.
You see like that, bro? Like, look at her, bro. Look at her, bro. Look at her. I mean, I know she. Just look at her face, bro. Look at it. You see right there? See right there? That's intrigue. That's like, he got her to be emotionally invested. Look at how emotionally invested that face is, bro. Like, so I mean, whatever you want to say, like, you know, he probably didn't clap. Maybe he did. I don't know. But he won. Look at that face. That's emotional. That's emotional. A small level of emotional attachment right there. No, not even a small level. A high level of emotional attachment right there, bro. Most men go through the date saying exactly the right things and don't get that level of emotional attention.
They're saying, like, it's mentally exhausting.
There was a point when I wanted to say sniper out now on all digital platforms. I didn't say that yet. I wanted to bring that one out and I didn't. But besides that, we did good. That's the only answer I missed.
No, I would not see Andrew again. Do I look like I'm going to see him again?
Yes. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I can't tell you what she's thinking, but just by that little emotional thing, I think she would, bro. So, and she's capped a lot. So from reading her and her interview, she's capped a lot throughout the entire interview. She's been very conflicting in her own opinions and what she was saying, you know, as opposed to where Andrew Tate kind of saw, he's very confident in what he's saying, but he also saw the disparities in his mentality a little bit, and he's going to try to rough them up, refine them a little bit, and really find those answers to really be more concrete the next time, as to where she just needs to learn to, if she really wants a relationship, to, again, change her views and be a little less emotionally reactive.
Yeah, exactly.
A busy man. I'm a busy man.
Actually, no, I will. Do you know what I will see him again? Because I'm going to prove my point that men need women.
You see, she just said, you see, she's so unsure of herself. She's like, I don't know. But then she's like, no, I will. You see, she's so, I don't know, fidgety, bro. It's attraction. she's attracted to him at a certain level, bro, and intellectually. This is intellectual attraction right here, okay? Because she's emotionally invested in this man's intellect, all right? And that's what women are, bro. You know what I'm saying? When women call themselves pansexuals, bro, sometimes they really just fuck with your mentality, bro, because it's so opposite from what they believe, and they just want to change you. They want to fix you. They believe they can, bro. So, triple A for Andrew Tate.
And as friends, how about that?
I said some things she agreed.
She said as friends. That's funny. See, she's already trying to challenge him, bro. She's teasing. She's playing. She's flirting.
With and some things that deep down she knows are true, but I send them in a way which were deliberately abrasive and offended her. So I think she's going to give me a 6.5 or a 7.
Right. So this guy, he's egotistical. He has a delusional mindset on women, and he thinks he's a bit too nice. However, I feel like he did have a good conversation. He is a man that knows what he wants. He obviously gets what he wants, so you can't knock it. And he looks nice, so I'm going to give him a 6.
She gave him a 6. Well, let me see the other guys.
And that knows what he wants. He obviously gets what he wants, so you can't knock it. And he looks nice.
So she gave him a 6, and she gave some guy a 9.2. I really want to see that. But remember, you guys, it's also about the vibe, you know what I'm saying? And the vibe was just very conflicting, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, she said she would see him again, you know, as a friend, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, sure, whatever the fuck, dumbass. But that guy that she hit a 9.2 right here, that's a high score, you know what I'm saying? Where he at? He scored high. Where he at? He not next to you. You still dating. You still looking. So where he at? He's right there. He's just there. He's just another dude, bro. Just another dude you talk to, bro. It's so funny. It's so funny.
I'm going to give him a 6.
That's how you know this is mean. All right, that would conclude it. And that's what you can learn from that. Pretty much, you can see a toxic modern woman's perspectives that's really so stubborn and not really. She's willing to understand, empathize. She has a lot of value in her, bro. I agree. I think she's almost that high value woman that she wants to be, but she needs to take that step down. As well as Andrew Tate, he's also has she calls it toxic masculine energy. You know, I guess since a lot of women see it that way, I'll call it that. But for men, obviously he's a figurehead at this point. You know, he's an idol, and it's like he can see that he's got a lot of pressure and a lot of pride and arrogance that he needs to check himself. That she made him realize. So that builds a good arc, bro. It builds a great arc in a relationship. That being said, they're both toxic when it comes to actually being in a real relationship. There's no way this is gonna work out. It was fucking pointless. But we're able to learn from it and see what we can really apply to our lives. So thank you for joining me on this episode of Jesus Show. Peace out.